revolutionary. Yeah. Can't stop us now. Nothing I got to prove, nothing I got to lose. I will not follow you. It is my time to choose. Nothing I got to prove, nothing I got to lose. I will not follow you. It is my time to choose. It is my time to move. I will not follow through, cause I got my own mind, winning on my own time. Didn't come when I want it, but it's always on time. I'ma go and get it, and it's all part of my vision. Then I'ma show everyone I can make it. I'm different. You can't stop what you can't see. No more chains, yeah, I'm truly free. I pay my dues, it ain't come cheap. No more chains on me, you can't hold me down. 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 Yeah, no more, no more, no more. 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 You can't hold me. Look at where I came from. I can never fall back to the same ones. Feeling good vibes now, but the hard times is what we raised from. Turn to the ambition we are made from. We don't run, we don't fall, we don't stop, we don't fail. We take all our doubts, the dark clouds, and we still prevail. Raise a fist to the sky, a solution's there. And we stand for the dreamers, a revolution's here. You cannot stop us. You cannot stop us. There's nothing you can do now. Just watch. There's nothing you can do now. Just watch. It's a revolution. It's a revolution. Yeah. You cannot stop us. There's nothing you can do now. A revolution. Yeah. You can't stop what you can't see. No more chains, yeah, I'm truly free. I pay my dues, it ain't come cheap. No more chains on me, you can't hold me down. You can't hold me down. You won't hold us down. You can't hold us down. Yeah, no more.
Gaming Morning Show.
Tell your friends, tell your mom, Gaming Morning Show is on.
Wait,
Austin, your mom is here?
No.
Why did I look over where Bob is?
Austin, your mom is here?
Is she over there?
I sure hope not.
Is she in the box?
Whoa.
I haven't seen her in like 2 days.
Get out of here, Beelin. I just got the new marble tile installed and you'll mess up the grout. Besides, like our friend Oh Guitar Boy said,
Sorry, KK.
it's time for the clinically acclaimed Gaming Morning Show. Or should I say, award-winning.
And we have a clip of the year, friends. It is the Lost City of D live.
Glad we won.
Woo! Burp, burp, burp.
Kiki Low is in search of something.
I need a D that works.
There's the D. Searching in the universe because the D is currently broken.
Gaming Morning Show won clip of the year.
Oh my gosh.
But don't you dare expect to put that Chris Emmy clip, Emmy Memorial Clip of the Year trophy in this
I
box.
probably should have prepared something more special.
I'm getting the walls repainted soon. Now where to put the chandelier or the bearskin rug? Oh, and the piano, can't forget that.
Maybe there is somebody in the world that can help her. Maybe somebody who sings a song.
6 to 9 a.m. Pacific. If you wanna get specific, I couldn't imagine any other place to go than to start the day with the Gaming Morning Show.
Oh, man. Gamer. It's Gaming Morning Show. It is Tuesday, February 8th, I believe, 2022. What are we doing?
Did it. I got him.
We have a command. Do we know that that's for fact how long Downs has been in the chat?
That's what he said. He just broke his streak. He had to refresh to start the show and lost his 21-hour streak.
Oh, sorry, Downs, to hear that. So, listen, I had a problem yesterday. This is how this all started, honestly, is I am sitting there not doing work. I was so distracted by Twitter just because I was having a good time hanging out and joining conversations and talking about things. And all of a sudden I stumble across someone's tweet that says, hey, let's, appreciate the people who, open up the show before you're even there. And I thought of Kate and I thought of Downs, and even Scott Chick, I think, was here 5 o'clock this morning. And there's been many, many others. I don't want to just say it was those three, but I tagged them on Twitter. And then I am literally just minutes ago retweeting us going live. And I see that Downs has been in our chat for like 16 hours.
First,
What are we doing? It's a marvelous piece of engineering you just made in our chat. ! Downs streak. Man. That is Sean. I am Hefty Goof. Good morning to you. Thank you for being here. Like I said, it's the Tuesday show on Facebook Gaming, Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, and at GamingMorningShow.tv. I'm going to need you to talk about last night to hear how everything's going for you, also because for like the first time in like 60 days I have to log in, and it's a really complicated password, and so I just need a little bit of a buy time, if you wouldn't mind, please.
Man, logging in like a caveman.
It's ridiculous.
Last night was pretty uneventful, but it was a routine night. I've had a couple nights of staying up late recording Far Cry 6, and then the night before last, I passed out on the couch watching the Olympics. So I had a mix of the two last night. I had a little bit of Far Cry to record because I have to do these weekly challenges, and it opened last night. So I did that, which only took like an hour, which was great. And then I passed out on the couch watching the Olympics, and then eventually woke up and went to bed, which was good. It was the last night of my wife working, so she'll actually be home tonight, which will be nice having a wife again.
Yay, Sports Talk Wife. Happy retirement, Sports Talk Wife. Never working again.
At least till next Thursday.
Oh, that's not what you meant. Sorry, I misinterpreted. I heard there was like a big old
It'll be a
record.
great week and a half, though.
I heard there was a big old record set yesterday. World record in like figure skating or something like that. Did I see anything?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, cool.
It's hard to say for sure.
Just trying to, relate to what's going on in the world, I guess. Downs is here. Drew Mega, good morning to you. Scott Chick, Jordy Jasper, good morning to you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for everyone who's hanging out with us this morning. Yeah, Downs. Oh no, I had to refresh the window to start the show, and I lost my 21. What were you doing in there for? Like, did you talk? It's 5:06 is when Scott Chick said something in the chat that I can see. Were you talking at like 3 a.m. Pacific time, and that's all gone for? Like, what do you do in there for that long? It's interesting. We will have sports coming up. We can recap that rumor that there was a world record set in the Olympics. We'll do that. We also have the Gaming Morning Show Morning Gaming News. That is coming up in a mere minutes. We're talking like 20 minutes from now. We will talk about the headlines of the day video game style with our hashtag video game expert, Sean. We'll check in with Look It's Myco and see what stories Look It's Myco is tracking at this hour. Thank you to everybody who's given us the thumbs up, the likes and such on Facebook Gaming and on YouTube, and also for hosting us on Twitch. Always does a lot of good. The birthdays this day in gaming history coming up at 6:50. Today's topic of the day is very birthday-centric because it's the 90th birthday for one John Williams, sports gaming's best friend, because anytime that anyone does anything with somebody famous, and of course, they got to be best friends. I once hugged Eliza Dushku, so basically best friends forever. So, yeah. But John Williams has done some big things in TV and movies. It's interesting because on Twitter it's trending, and it turns out that he is the most nominated alive person for the Oscars, and like the second most all time.
That's impressive. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's great.
You played for John Williams? I always forget this story.
Yeah. So the Rose Bowl, my freshman year of college, USC was in the Rose Bowl, and so we marched the Rose Parade, and then we perform at the Rose Bowl. And one of the things that we did that year was we performed the national anthem. We were playing against Michigan, so it was a combined USC band, Michigan band playing the national anthem, arranged by John Williams, conducted by John Williams, which was really cool. So we got to meet him, not, obviously one-on-one, but he was there for a rehearsal. And, he gave us a pep talk and talked to everyone and rehearsed, and then obviously performed and conducted the arrangement for the Rose Bowl. And it was fantastic. It was really cool to not only play a piece that he had arranged, that version of the Star Spangled Banner, for that specific game. So this wasn't like an old standard of his. This was something he specifically did for that game, for the two bands. And we got to perform with him, which was really special.
Is performing with an opposing team's band, does it go well? Is there like animosity because your teams are fighting each other?
For something like that, it was very cordial. We didn't like intermingle much. We like for that portion of like putting it all together with John Williams, we kind of all showed up and we got into formation, and then we performed the Star Spangled Banner. So it's not like we're all hanging out for days. But it was fairly, friendly at that time. During the game, each band gets an opportunity to perform during the halftime show. And as one band is running out and one band is running off the field and one band's running onto the field, there's a lot of, "You guys suck. I hope you fall." But that's mostly just because, they're rivals at that point. But for rehearsal and for the Star Spangled Banner, I think everyone had a lot more respect just for the situation, and especially having someone as notable as John Williams there. Everyone was on their best behavior.
So we're asking you, chat, what is your favorite TV or movie theme song? We actually kind of answered this question for another reason on Twitter the other day.
We did.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was TV show centric, I want to say. You brought up 90s cartoons.
Yeah, I'm a sucker for 90s cartoon theme songs. I really enjoy theme songs. And even in the movie world, movies that have a theme song, and just thinking of like moments where it hits, and this could be like Star Wars, the opening crawl and the first few notes of that theme song, like the feeling you get during that time is just really special. Same's true for a movie like Mission Impossible, when it hits into that roll and it lights the fuse and then it launches into the theme song, or the cold open into the James Bond theme song. Like those moments in movies I always really enjoy. So any movie that has kind of a classic theme and is done in that sort of way that you really kind of get to feel that moment is fantastic. I'm a big fan.
Yeah, there's something about, I think John Williams did the Jurassic Park theme, and for some reason, maybe it's because I was drawn to Jurassic Park more than I was Star Wars. Like that song with the strings and everything that happens within it, like, was really touching, and you could feel the emotion in the movie and all that stuff, because Dr. Grant was legitimately in awe that there was dinosaurs and Jeff Goldblum's in it, and that has nothing to do with it, but I mean,
He's great, though.
So there you go. Well, we are asking that question. I do agree with you. 90s theme songs, super good, including DuckTales.
Life is like a hurricane.
Yeah, we had just seen Downs play DuckTales on the new Sunday Variety show on Downs' channel. So I like that dun, 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 like that line. I don't know if it's a bass line or whatever, but that slaps.
Yeah, big fan. Cartoons in that era just had the best theme songs. And not that there aren't theme songs that haven't been great since, but it just seems like that was a requirement for cartoons during, the 90s, was you have to have a solid theme song.
Well, and they got rid of like opening credit scenes anyway in general. Like back in the 90s, those seem to be in vogue, and now it's like, all right, we need to save as much time as possible, so they have an opening credit scene. Like How I Met Your Mother was even probably longer than I think the standard is now, and it was like probably 12 seconds, maybe.
Yeah, it was brief.
So, today is also. Oh, go ahead.
And shows back then, and I mentioned that in that tweet thread. Shows back then also had closing credits, like end credits.
Yeah.
And for a lot of these cartoons, there was an alternate version of the theme song that was played during the credits, and usually, more often than not, it was just a simplified version without the lyrics. Like it was just the backing track. And DuckTales, for example, when you remove the vocals and you get to hear like the horn section, and you hear just how good that backing track is behind the vocals that you kind of don't hear because you just hear the vocals. It was great. We don't get that anymore.
Yeah, I was watching an Angry Birds series that's on Netflix with my son last night, and it actually had like a theme song. And my favorite part is my son enjoys singing, which, as I've learned about myself, apparently maybe I do too. I just never realized it until now. But like specifically can catch on to lyrics pretty quickly, and then they like latch into his head, which that's the part that reminds me most of myself with him. That made sense, right? Yeah. Anyway, and so the end credit scene is playing for this Angry Birds show on Netflix, and then I catch myself being like, "Oh, cool! He's got like a little song," and then of course being Netflix, and immediately starts the next episode, and I'm like, "Oh, this is the song," and he's like, "Yeah, Dad, check this out." And he was so proud to show me. And it's great, so. K-Laugh is here.
Awesome.
Good morning to you, K-Laugh. K-Laugh, of course, yesterday we mentioned, hey, is K-Laugh here? Has anyone seen K-Laugh? And then K-Laugh's like, yeah, no, I've been here lurking. And we're like, well, you should check in because we were worried. We went out and searched for you for hours, and you didn't call, and we thought maybe there were wolves. You know, I think that's exactly what we said, if I remember right.
Yeah, no, that's. I think I wrote it down, and those were the exact words.
Yeah, I'm not even paraphrasing. Like, that's verbatim exactly what we said. So
Yep.
K-Laugh's checking in this morning to make sure we know that he's not, with a broken leg out in the middle of the woods hurt. So
Yeah. Nope. No wolves
it's so cold.
yet.
There's wolves. Someday I want to see like a cartoon, because like the last one that came to mind is Frozen. Okay. Frozen had the scene where they're in the sleigh and they're trying to get someplace, and then all of a sudden wolves show up and start dismantling the sleigh, and it's a big moment of concern. I'd like to have like sometimes the wolf just show up and be the nice folks, just be like, hey, we'd like to assist you in your travels.
I heard you were having problems. Perhaps I can help.
Did you know We Wolves offer a roadside assistance program?
It's like AAA, but with wolves.
We actually answered the question about your car's extended warranty program, so we're actually here to assist you with that. Every time that you've gotten a call, I know you've been ignoring it, but we decided to take that call for you and actually renew your car's extended warranty. So that's why your sleigh is now safe.
And here you are worried about us huffing and puffing.
Yeah. I've retired from huffing and puffing.
Also, I have bad news. I may have accidentally blown your house down.
Yeah. It was an accident this time, though, I promise.
I sneezed.
Drew Mega says, there's so many TV movie theme songs that I like, but one of my favorites has to be For the Greatest American Hero. What a good call.
Nice. That will always just remind me of Seinfeld now, though.
So you read my mind. Unfortunately, I have no clue what that actual theme song sounds like. I only hear George Costanza singing it.
What's the George version?
Believe it or not, George is not home. So please leave your message at the beep. I'm either at a movie or something. I don't remember that part. Who could it be? Believe it or not, George isn't home. That's not it exactly, but it's
pretty close.
It's paraphrased-ish.
That's pretty good.
Unlike our legitimate concern and transcript of us being concerned about Calaf. Well, that was a dominant first game, am I right?
That was pretty solid, and I got an assist.
That's right, you did. Break them up.
Like
GMS.
Only 24 to go.
GMS Dynasty.
You are one of life's winners.
Yeah, break us up. We're not worthy. That was great. It's now 6:22 West Coast. It's 9:22 out East. It is 2:22 for those watching GMS in the Ukraine. Please join us tomorrow. We'll talk to Dexter Adams of The Gamer. It's a website. And Dexter wrote a story about 7 Toys to Life games that you never knew existed. My understanding is this is where there's a toy product, and then that becomes a video game or some sort of video game that incorporates like a physical thing outside of the game.
Yeah, this is like the what was it? The Lego Dimensions series.
There's like Disney
or game,
Infinite.
I guess. Disney Infinite. There was something that was in the like Spyro universe. Sky something.
Skyrim.
No.
Could you imagine Spyro and Skyrim as a mashup, though?
That'd be fantastic. And you could go either way. You can either make Spyro like super realistic, but still obviously Spyro, or just keep them the exact same. Both will be entertaining.
So we'll do that tomorrow, 7:25 a.m. Pacific time on Gaming Morning Show. Today is Safer Internet Day, National Molasses Bar Day, World Opera Day. Falsetto.
Perfect.
Laugh and Get Rich Day, National
Ha ha
Kite.
ha ha ha. Money, please. That's how it works. Thanks.
I mean, this is Dr. Squatch Soap. Whoa!
It turned into money. How'd you do that?
It's a rebate, chat. I used promo code DISCBRICK when checking out drsquatch.com, and all of a sudden it sent my friend $20.
I got $20. Use the code today.
It'll happen to you, hopefully. If it does not happen to you, please do not come back to Gaming Morning Show. It's literally not our fault.
What if they use the code and I just keep getting $20?
You really
oh no,
get-
it's broken.
Shh! Don't tell anyone. It's like me still not getting any ads on my Twitch account.
I get extra for you.
Don't tell anybody.
Does anyone have my Dr. Squatch soap?
It is National Kite Flying Day. Excuse me. I love flying kites. I never do it, but every time I've gone, like last time was out on the beach on the Oregon coast with my daughter's, like, I think Ariel kite from Little Mermaid. We had a great time. We have pictures. We enjoyed the hell out of it. Just never do it.
Yep.
It's too much of a lead up process to it. You know what I mean? Just can't walk out back and let the kite fly through the air. There's trees and power lines. It's terrifying. It's Extraterrestrial Culture Day, National Boy Scouts Day, and National Iowa Day.
Wow.
So there you go.
So we're the extraterrestrials, right?
Extraterrestrial Culture Day.
Where's Colty? Colty vibes. He likes aliens. He needs to explain this.
Paging Culty. Culty vibes, please. It's 6:26. Y'all gave us some thoughts on theme songs and stuff, so we'll talk about those in just a moment. Good moron to you, Quiet I Am Gaming. Appreciate you being here today.
Good moron.
Thank you. We also have some other things to get to this morning, so we'll do that in just a little bit. But right now, it is time to get informed. What are the video game headlines of the day? And for that, straight from the pancreas of one hashtag video game expert, here's Sean.
Good morning. It is Tuesday, February 8th, 2022, and this is your Gaming Morning Show, Morning Gaming News. First up, we have someone stepping down as a CEO. This is, of course, Tommy Tallarico, who is stepping down as CEO of Intellivision. This is from Marcus Stewart of Game Informer. He's been CEO since the nope. I combined two different paragraphs. Yeah, he's been the CEO for Intellivision, and he's been a big part of them trying to manufacture and relaunch the Amico, new console aimed at attracting more casual players. That has had some troubled development cycles, especially since it was announced nearly 4 years ago, and it's still not out.
Wow.
He is going to remain within Intellivision, transitioning to the role of company president. He's also the company's largest shareholder, so he's still going to be involved, but he's just stepping down from CEO. Chief Revenue Officer Phil Adam will replace him as CEO. And in a statement, Intellivision says, quote, this change was done to better align its resources with those new challenges regarding the Miko's development. And this is now from Phil Adams' point of view, he says, as a 30-plus year industry executive, I'm excited to transition into the CEO role at Intellivision. As a business closing in on the last phase before launch, Tommy felt it important to provide focused roles so he can continue to do the things he loves the most. As always, we will be working hand in hand to bring Amico to the market. So it sounds like this was, a move that everyone was on board with. It doesn't sound like he was forced out or anything negative like that. It just sounds like he felt someone else could do that specific role better, and he had things he was more passionate about. So
Drew Mega said Tommy's been a pioneer in the gaming industry on the media side, and said, wow, stepping down, so he'll still be involved. Makes sense to bring in an experienced CEO as they prepare to grow.
Yep. No, this makes a lot of sense. And Tommy is also prolific as a video game composer. So he obviously has lots of passion for the video game world. And I think he just wants to see this Amico succeed, which makes a lot of sense.
I mean, many have called Tommy the John Williams of video games.
Many have.
By many, I mean I have.
Brian has.
So you can join me. Join me, chat.
Become mini. In our next news story of the day, a prediction for the Super Bowl. This is something that takes place every year. An official Madden prediction game was performed, and a nail-biting Bengals win in the Super Bowl was predicted. Predicted to be a 24-21 win, giving Cincinnati its first Lombardi trophy. This is from Samit Sarkar from Polygon. Madden says that the Bengals, which is currently a 4.5 point underdog, will edge out the Rams on their home turf with a 24-21 victory. The Madden NFL 22 simulation of the 2022 Super Bowl shows Bengals Joe Burrow throws 2 touchdown passes and secures the Super Bowl MVP award, becoming the first quarterback to win that honor, as well as the Heisman Trophy and NCAA National Championship. Some bold predictions.
Dun, 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 dun. By the way, you said this is an annual event. And I was like, yeah, Super Bowl. We play it every year. The game, the simulation.
The simulation in particular. Yeah, the Madden Super Bowl simulation is conducted in a CPU versus CPU game on all pro / simulation difficulty with 6-minute quarters, which is the same difficulty settings for ranked Madden play. It's an annual tradition that dates back to 2004. It's just one data point, but the video game has currently picked the Super Bowl winner more often than not, with a record of 11-7.
Yeah, that's a +4 in the win department over how many times they've lost. So I will tell you this. A long time ago, it was almost just over 20 years ago, I once said, man, it'd be kind of cool to see the Patriots win their first Super Bowl. And they had a young quarterback. So, my heart wants to say, it'd be kind of cool to see the Bengals win their first Super Bowl. But be careful what you ask for, because 20 years from now, it's going to be like, man, the Bengals won 10 of these things?
God, I'm so sick of the Bengals. God, can the Bengals and Burrow just move on? I'm so tired of them.
Can the Patriots just catch a break and get back in there? I miss the Patriots. Welcome to 2042.
We had such high hopes with Bomb Trady. Oh, I miss Michael. In our last news story of the day, which is an unusual one, but I thought, number one, too interesting not to share. and then it happened to be on theme because it has something to do with Star Wars. A rare crossword story for today. This is from Jeremy Winslow of Kotaku. In a sly trickery, creator of this crossword puzzle tricked Star Wars and Star Trek fans by creating a puzzle who had an across whose clue was the better of two sci-fi franchises, and the 4 down crosses for the last word will either work for Star Wars or Star Trek.
Wow.
It's pretty cool. They do link it. There's a tweet that's linked in the article I provided that lays it all out with the clues and everything. But for example, for the first word of Trek/Wars, it's quote, it's a blank, end quote, which can either be it's a trap for Star Trek, funnily enough, or it's a wrap for Star Wars.
I don't know the last one. It's a wrap.
It's a wrap. Like, that's a wrap. It's a wrap. You've never been on many movie sets, I can tell.
Well, but Star Trek was also a movie, so they would have said it there too.
These aren't specific to the movies. It's a trap thing, kind of. Yeah, works out, especially since it's the wrong one. For example, the second one is body part that precedes band, and it can either be wristband or waistband.
Gotcha.
See what they did? It's pretty clever.
Yeah.
And so, either way works, or both if you want to be tricky.
It's a trap.
It's a trap. It's a wrap. It's a trap. And always last but not least, we finish off today's Gaming Morning Show Morning Gaming News with the world-renowned segment within a segment where we take a look at what is out today. There's some big ones out today. We have Ollie World out on PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox Series X, Xbox Series S, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. The Ollie games are side-scrolling skateboarding games, and up to now have been more like pixel art style. This one's not pixel art, and moving into kind of the 3D world. Has a really good art style and really good kind of sense of humor and style. So these are always fun if you're into that sort of thing. It's worth checking out. And Sifu is out on PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, and PC. This is a really interesting kind of karate-based fighting story game, which has a really neat mechanic where when you die, it kind of explains when you come back to life, rather than games are like, oh, you die and now you're alive again. You have this power that you can come back to life, but you age as you do so. And so as you go through the game, every time you die, you're getting older and older. And the amount of years you increase in age will increase depending on how frequently you, like if you die more frequently together, you'll age by more years every time. So it kind of scales up. And once you decide you've played a level, once you move on to the next level, you're locked in at that age. So if you end a level and start the next level at the age of 40, you will always start that next level at 40. So you're kind of rewarded to go back and play a level over and over, trying to die as little as possible before moving on to the next level.
They call that
looks very challenging.
The reverse Benjamin Button mechanic.
That's the official title.
Official title, yeah.
They actually were going to put that as the subtitle for Sifu, but decided to keep it short. Power to the People is also out on PC. and for the most prestigious award in video game focused morning shows, your favorite segment within a segment within a segment, today's name of the morning goes to Zoria, the Celestial Sisters, out on Switch and PC.
Zoria. Okay. You know, I was thinking. Yeah, could be. There could be. Gosh, I can't remember their names. This whole thing would have went way better if I did. So I'm just gonna make up some. Tabitha. Rebecca. Schmaggy.
Zoria.
Zoria. The Celestial Sisters. All I can think of was the damn Sanderson sisters because of the bit we did for Hocus Pocus. Well, congratulations to the Zoria. Nope, to Zoria, the Celestial Sisters. It's out today for PC and Switch, and is our name of the morning. Because it is name of the morning, it could become eligible for name of the month. In fact, it is eligible. And at the end of February, we will announce our February name of the month, and then you will have a chance to win it. And if you are a Patreon subscriber, I have some really good news for you. You're automatically entered with a double entry if you're on the subscriber tier or above. We have over 28 Patreon subscribers, and you could be one as well. There's a welcome subscriber, kneecap, and adopt Bob tier. With the kneecap tier, you pay about $6 a month, and by about I mean exactly. And you get all the perks of the subscriber tier. But it's really cool because Look, It's Michael will do something a little extra for you, including inducting you into
Temple of the Six. 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 Six.
And it comes with free Dr. Squatch soap. For example, I just take the soap and I put it into the camera, and then to you, the subscriber,
You get $20.
again,
I don't think that's how that works.
It's absolutely not guaranteed. Please do not bank on that. Dr. Squatch soap is amazing, but does not provide you with $20, nor does it give Sean $20 paid.
If that did work, it's just like printing money because you pay $6 to get 20. You're just banking $14 every month.
That's some good math there. So that's not part of the Patreon tiers, but we can work on it. So anyway, check it out at patreon.com/Gaming Morning Show.
I'm gonna bust some kneecaps.
He always says that one from inside my ears.
Sometimes when I think of Mike O, I can hear his voice. So we've gotten the script written here for this whole Joe Burrow is actually Tom Brady. So Brady is retired, right? And then Burrow gets up there and wins the championship and is on the podium, and they're like, "Oh, congratulations!" Let's see, it's NBC, so it's probably gonna be like Mike Tirico handing the Lombardi Trophy. Like Mike Tirico's up there, and be like, "Congratulations, Joe Burrow, you have won the Super Bowl."
Yoink. Thanks.
And then
I'm not Tom Brady.
Did you just say you're not Tom Brady?
No, I'm not. I'm not Tom Brady.
But then you turn around, and on your nameplate it says Burrow, right? But then you rip that off aggressively, and it reveals Brady.
I got you. I'm Tom Brady.
And then Jordy says, "It was Brady all along, not actually retiring." Did Tom Brady absorb the life force of Joe Burrow? Kind of a Shang Tsung type thing.
That checks out. Also, it was impressive that he played as Tom Brady while also being Burrow all season. That's pretty good.
There's Tom Brady's magic knows no bounds.
So, what can't he do?
Top of the moron to you. Hey, it's Brendan_TTV.
Good moron.
Thank you for being here so early. We are talking about John Williams turning 90 today. We have birthdays coming up in 10 minutes, so we wish happy birthdays to those who celebrate them, as well as to you if you have one. But John Williams, wrote a whole bunch of good stuff. So we're asking what your favorite TV or movie theme song is. Also, Jordy was wondering, did I just provide a Hamilton quote? Kind of.
Pretty close.
Schmeggy was probably the biggest ripoff of Hamilton that I did in that bit. So Schmeggy. So we'll talk about your favorite TV or movie theme songs in just a bit. But right now it's time to check in what Mike O is tracking at this hour. Gaming Morning Show.
Good morning, Sean. Good morning, Ryan. Chad, happy Tuesday. Our first story comes from Summer Brokaw with UPI while Ben Hooper is out on assignment. And today she tells us about Hawaii Electric Company shocking a couple with a bill for over $18,000 for streetlights. That's right. Desha Ann and her husband Roshan Kealoha, who live in Waianae, Oahu, have an unpaid balance of more than $18,000, including an outstanding balance of $17,860.09, woohoo, representing years of unpaid invoices, according to HECO letter recently sent to them, obtained by KHON2. I was shocked, overwhelmed, and confused, but still remained hopeful that there is some solution to this. Desha Ann Kealoha told KOHON2. My husband has a colorful vocabulary. He was upset. I bet. She added that prior to receiving the letter, her neighbors called HECO to repair a streetlight when it went out, and the company told them they couldn't repair it because it was a private road. Since June 2020, HECO has been reviewing streetlight accounts for streets located on Oahu and found several of these accounts did not have an existing customer. The letter sent to the couple dated January the 27th said. The electric company said in the letter it believed that the street Howlabunamara place, which the couple lives on, was dedicated to the city and county of Honolulu, but in November 2020, the city denied the street was dedicated to the city. The power company added that upon further investigation, it recently learned that they own the street. Because you own the street upon which the street lights are located, Hawaii Electric believes that you're responsible for the payment of the electric energy supplied to these streetlights, the letter said. Desha Ann told KHO92 that her and her husband signed mortgage documents which did not say that they were purchasing the whole street. And she reached out to her realtor, who has reached out to the escrow service. That's why you always read the fine print and always ask if you own the street. Back to you.
That's the deeper magic of home ownership. So it's important to check that out. That's what Mike O's tracking at this hour. I believe it's and listen, I'm not great at phonetics as we've talked about, but Hale Maluhia, please. That's what Mike.
Yeah, it was pretty close.
Mike-O, I think, is both wearing a tie, but is also wearing a scarf.
No, it was a hoodie. he was wearing like a sweatshirt with his sport coat over it with a tie.
I mean, it looks
a pretty solid look.
Yeah, as I say, it looks cozy in there. That studio might need to get some heat.
Perhaps.
I'm surprised Mike hasn't installed a fireplace like from the Mike Reed's days on the anniversary special.
That was a pretty good set.
Surprised. Well, there you go. Hawaii couple shocked by an $18,000 electric bill. I do like, check the fine print. Because you never know what you're going to find in there.
I like how someone tried to be like, no, city, you should have the street. And the city was just like, nah, we'll pass. You keep it.
The street is yours.
The street is yours.
I do like K-Lab's suggestion. Time to set up a toll road. $1 to get through.
Yep.
You only need 18,000 cars.
It's my street. Do what I want.
Wu Dang Pig is here. Good moron to you, Wu. Thanks for being here. Yes, Mike did look pretty dapper.
Top of the moron.
Gentleman and a scholar, certainly. That's Mike-O checking what Mike's tracking this out. And we'll do it again next hour as well on Gaming Morning Show. So, let's see. We're talking about John Williams turning 90. What is your favorite theme song or theme song for a TV or a movie? Back to some of the earlier suggestions. Scott Chick said, I quite enjoyed the Big Bang Theory theme song.
That's pretty good.
I mean, that was a theme song that was more in the realm of like, hey, it's now the 2010s. We need to have a theme song that's fast so we can get to more show and whatnot. But it also had like, I don't know, some standalone value because they started it with like really slowly, and then it was like this big high tempo song, and then it was the show, so it was a fun way to do it.
It was a good one. This might be the best part of that show.
I like the clips of Big Bang Theory, but I never watched the whole thing. So, like, it's a very good show to watch on Instagram Reels.
Yep. Nice. I got the assist for that.
Drew Mega said there's so many TV movie theme songs that I like, but one of my favorites has to be... Oh, yeah, I already read that. To the Greatest American Hero. Also, Dallins pointed out, we were talking about wolves always being, like, scary and a negative force in movies. but Down's point, there are already movies like that. Alpha and Omega is nice, has nice wolves. So has Balto. Okay,
I haven't seen either of those movies.
so let me ask you this question then. Are there any movies that have wolves in them where the characters are not wolves? Like, Balto is obviously, like, it's dog focused, right? And wolves are bigger size. Like, they're dogs that took a Mario mushroom, right?
Uh-huh.
That's how wolves are born, right?
Yep. Yep.
But are there any where it's like humans, and then they run into talking wolves? That wolves have to be talking. I get, like... Because if it's a real movie, the wolves are probably going to be pretty mean because we don't get along with wolves, right?
Yep.
Making this harder, aren't I?
What about Dancing with Wolves?
Do they actually dance with wolves in that movie? I've never seen it.
I don't think so.
Okay. Never mind. I just need to read the... K-Laugh, can you please put the plot description of Dances with Wolves in the chat? I think that'll just save us all a lot of time and embarrassment.
Downs, can you recap the entire movie Dances with Wolves for us, please?
Well, this is showing up in the Discord pretty soon. Oh, that was way higher than I thought it was going to be. Like, I knew it was going to ricochet, but I didn't know it was going to ricochet that hard. Ah! Oh, nice job.
Oh, that's a good save.
No.
Ah.
Drew Mega said, and who can forget that iconic Dallas theme song? So when I first read that, Drew Mega, I thought it said ironic Dallas theme song. Yeah, I was going to be like, wait a second, that wasn't ironic. But no. I watched a lot of Dallas in one particular class in high school. It was all worth having the TVs installed in our classrooms so that we could watch Dallas during second period. I didn't learn much about CAD drafting, but I definitely learned more about the Ewing family.
What have you used more, to be honest? Your knowledge about Dallas or CAD drafting?
Oh, definitely Dallas. Yeah,
Yeah, see.
was worth it.
It's a good song. There's a classical trombonist, Christian Lindbergh, who had that's 3 assists this game, who had a piece that he either had composed for him or he like composed with someone else. It's called Sonata Serioso, and it's just a bunch of ridiculous stuff, all like spliced together, and a lot of it was like pop culture type stuff. And the Dallas theme makes a prominent appearance in this sonata, which is just great hearing this like classical trombonist play the Dallas theme.
What's the name of the sonata?
Sonata Serioso.
Okay, and does that not sound like a Harry Potter spell?
Oh yeah, for sure it does.
Sonata Serioso!
This is well before Harry Potter.
Also, I know nothing about Harry Potter, but I was proud of myself for that one, so 2 points. I'll take care of that.
That's 3 this game.
That's 4. You said you already had
4?
3. You said you
Yeah,
already
this
had
is
3.
4. That's 5 today.
I just
only
had
need 20 more.
I just had to snicker because you had a hat trick and then got a hat trick of assists.
That's right.
Yeah.
Let's play this team again.
and then just now I was like, "Excuse me," and I just pushed you out of the way so I could go get your assist for you. So it was great. Quiet said that's some grade A tracking right there. Kayla said time to set up a toll road where I read that one. Quiet said, "It's my street, and I'll make you pay for it now." Called J.G. Whitworth. Turns out that I own a street and I need cash now.
That's come up more than I feel like it should lately.
Well, like I said, I thought J.G. Whitworth was no longer with us. Well, maybe that person isn't, but the company. And then we had looked it up after the whole 877 cash meow that it's still around. So just maybe less commercials. K-Lab did some quick math. 50 cars a day will pay that off in a year.
That checks out.
Downs asked, wasn't it just a Bare Naked Ladies song? Was that Dances with Wolves?
No, the Big Bang Theory. I do think they did it, but I think they wrote it for the show.
If somebody can find a way we can mix Bare Naked Ladies and Dances with Wolves, that would be cool. So it's now 6:53. Holy cow, it's 6:53. We're late. 9:53 out east. It is 2:53 for those watching GMS in the afternoon. Thanks for being with us. It's Hefty and Sean, and we're thankful that you're hanging out with us on Tuesday. It's time for birthdays this day in gaming history. If you have a birthday to celebrate, please let us know, because we have a whole bunch of celebrity birthdays, and we, well, need to make time for it because there's a whole bunch of celebrity birthdays. It's almost going to be like the lightning round of celebrity birthdays.
I'm ready.
Here we go. First and foremost, our topic of the day, John Williams turns 90 today.
Woo! He wrote a bunch of stuff. Williams' last Oscar came in 1994 for Schindler's List.
Wow, so Williams, as we mentioned, the currently most nominated alive person on the planet for Oscars, but is having a Dallas Cowboys-esque drought for winning.
That hasn't won in a while.
Super Bowl 30 and John Williams' last Oscar, am I right? Nick Nolte turns 81 today. Was Nick Nolte in Blue Chips? I'm looking this up. Blue Chips was,
I don't know,
a movie about a legendary coach, but who was losing the recruiting battle to programs that were paying their recruits under the table. Yeah, I think Nick Nolte was in that. Yes, was. And here's why I bring that up. I do a lot of sports, and I go to a lot of sports venues. And there's this shot in Blue Chips from outside the venue, and you can hear the band playing the school fight song, which goes like this. Do 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 do. And now I associate that with all sports venues. So I'll be leaving a venue with my broadcast gear in tow. I'll look outside of the venue. I'll be like do 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 do.
I like it.
Have I ever mentioned this is an interesting place in here? It's a really interesting place.
We've all caught on.
Actor Creed Bratton turns 79.
Yeah, he was on The Office.
Creed.
Mm-hmm. He played Creed.
Did Creed Bratton's character ever hug anybody on The Office?
Not that I remember.
Okay. Has Creed Bratton ever played a character that hugged anybody else?
Yes.
Just thank you. So, Creed had his arms wide open.
Yep.
Inventor, Valerie Thomas, 79, might be our first inventor on this list. American scientist and inventor, invented the illusion transmitter, received a patent in 1980, responsible for developing the digital media formats, image processing systems used in the early years of the Landsat program.
That's pretty cool.
I agree. Very cool. Actress Mary Steenburgen turns 69.
Nice. She also looks just like Ted Danson.
No. Ted's on the left side of the photo. Mary's on the right.
Oh, my mistake.
In fact, I bet you they're married.
They are.
Have they ever appeared in public together?
Just that one time.
Where was that again?
in Los Angeles, back in November.
Oh yeah, that's a Chris Pizzello photo if I've ever seen one. I like my Roku. Rocker Vince Neil turned 61 today.
Has 3 Grammy nominations.
How many wins?
I'm guessing 0. But with Cleveland.com, we never know.
We need to have. When was the last? Yep. All right, K-Laugh, write this one down. Okay, I'm turning the music down. This is serious. Fun game for birthdays. Especially when we have a ton of things to give away. The first person to find out the last time a person won, when we give you something like has 3 Grammy nominations, or the last time they were nominated, if they haven't won, we'll give a prize away. I think that's a great idea.
I like it.
Okay.
I like it.
Thank you for validating.
Colty's here. Colty, it's Extraterrestrial Culture Day. Discuss amongst yourselves.
Good moron. All right, still more movies. Actress Mary McCormack turns 53.
First feature film appearance was the 1994 remake of Miracle on 34th Street.
Love Mary's seasonings. Actor Seth Green turns 48 today.
He returned to voice Howard the Duck in the Disney Plus animated series What If?
Wait, Howard the Duck is part of the Disney universe?
It's part of the MCU universe.
What?
Yeah, it's a Marvel comic.
Actor Pooch Hall is 45 today. Derwin Davis, the football player on the sitcom The Game, also was in Ray Donovan on Showtime as Daryl Donovan. Pooch Hall is 45 today. I'm completely transparent. I don't know if it's Anderson Paak or if it's just Paak, a rapper who goes by the stage name Anderson Paak. So forgive me for not knowing, but 36 today. And then drag queen Shea Coulee is 33 today. Also musician, podcaster, and a fixture of the Chicago nightlife scene, according to Wikipedia. And last but not least, Julio Jones is 33 today. Current Tennessee Titans wide receiver, longtime Atlanta Falcons wide receiver.
Also, musician Guy Manuel de Omem Cristo of Daft Punk is 48.
They're playing at my house.
Right now?
No, wait. That's not Daft Punk. Daft Punk is playing at my house. My house. That's not right. Any other birthdays? Oh,
Nope.
Cecily Strong of Saturday Night Live, 38.
Nice.
Big fan of Cecily's. Can sing really well. As funny as all get out. So, big fan. Big fan. All right.
No drummer birthdays. Bummer.
Okay, so hey, it's Brendan _TTV says it is .pack. I forgot the reasoning why the dot is there, but I say .pack, correct? Howard the Duck was in Guardians of the Galaxy for like 5 seconds, so yeah, officially MCU canon. Down said 1993. Jordy Jasper said 2022. Down's guessed for the last nomination for Vince Neil. So. This day in gaming history, we have 2 from before 1995. For efficiency purposes, they are both the same year. Both are 1982. So will we have no lawsuits, 1 lawsuit, or 2 lawsuits? Sports.gaming.
No lawsuits.
No lawsuits. Just going to go sweeping. Okay. 1982, Walter Day released the first Twin Galaxies national scoreboard to the public. It recorded video game high scores.
Correct.
See, like, this is part of the thing that, like, makes me not want to have the internet, and there's not a lot of those parts of me, because I really like the internet. But could you imagine, like, having such a big deal that, like, there'd be, like, a national scoreboard in every major city? Just hanging out.
We'd have to read the newspaper again.
People would stand by it. All right. 1982. Ooh, Council of Bradley, Illinois bars children under 16 from playing video arcade games.
It's on my top 5 councils.
Oh, yeah. Big fan of the Bradley, Illinois Council.
Yeah, it's a pretty good one.
Correct.
We're out of time, or else, of course, I'd ask you to recap the other 4. 1998, the official video game and pinball Book of World Records was published. Man, this was a big day for calculating stuff.
Records.
984
pages. Holy smokes.
8, 4.
That's a lot of pages. The official video game and pinball Book of World Records has more pages than your Book of World Records. Get wrecked.
Nope.
It included records since 1981, again published in 1998. And in 1999, Mario Party out for N64. So there you go.
Nice.
There you go.
We did it.
Man, what a morning so far. And that's just 1 hour. Chat, we have 2 more hours planned for you, believe it or not. 2 more. Next hour, we are going to do a top 10 list. And because today is John Williams' birthday, we are going to give you 10 of John Williams' all-time greatest theme songs from film ranked by Classic FM.
Nice.
If Jurassic Park isn't number 1, I'm going to throw that list straight through my computer screen.
It'll at least be on the list.
Yeah, but it's got to be number 1.
It's a good one, but he's done a lot of bops.
Name one other song. Oh yeah, I'm just kidding. John Williams.
Jaws is a good one.
Did,
it's not gonna be number 1.
Did John Williams do Indiana Jones?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Coming up, we'll have a top 10 list of theme songs John Williams didn't write. It'll take less time. So, we'll also have sports. Chat, we have a whole bunch of things to catch up on from you as well. So stick around. Hour number 2 of Gaming Morning Show comes your way next. It is Tuesday, February 8th, 2022. Thanks for being here.
Survived it, couldn't you just do the same and make
frightened of the sun. All she wants is a little love and a little bit of blood. Wienerina at midnight digging up bones with her pet snake Ramon. Wienerina, her doghouse looks like a tomb. By the light of the moon, she sneaks out. She'd like to fetch a ball and play, but the children see her and they run away. Hear her barking in the night. All she wants is love and a little bite. Wienerina.
Coming up on Gaming Morning Show, List of the Day and Sports. Coming soon from GMS. GMS plays Fudge Village. And the Superphonic Memorial Super Gig, a Shonsert, starring Sports.Gaming. Follow GMS on Twitter and Discord for more details. Time for hour number 2, right now.
Morning, gamer. Thanks for being here. Gaming Morning Show continues. It is the Tuesday edition, February 8th, 2022. We appreciate being with us, Sean and Hefty, with you on this particular Tuesday. We are asking you because it is John Williams' 90th birthday. What is your favorite TV or movie theme song? We've heard things like Great American Hero, DuckTales, Dallas, Jurassic Park is in there. There's been many, many others. Someone mentioned The Big Bang Theory earlier. So, yeah, a lot of good ones so far.
Pretty solid.
John Williams turns 90, so we will give you the top 10 John Williams all-time greatest film themes. I guess, has John Williams done many TV themes?
I'm sure he has. I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
Okay.
I mean, it's his 90th birthday. We could do the top 90 movie themes.
Well, Gaming Morning Show will take as long as Downs was in our chat overnight. What's the down streak at, by the way?
Oh, it's still the same. Oh, I don't have it saved anymore. Because he had to break it, so he had to start over. So the record's still 21 hours.
It is interesting because we not only had that happen where Downs got a Downs streak command that calculates how long Downs has been in our chat, but also we played Wiener Arena during the break, and Brendan had said, man, I had a hankering to listen to this song. So are we basically becoming telekinetic with our audience?
Yeah. Yep. We know what you want when you want it before you do.
We're the Spice Girls. Tell you what you want, what you really, really want. Earlier, we told you about a Hawaii couple who's shocked to receive $18,000 in an electric bill for streetlights. That was from what Look It's Michael was tracking at this hour. We'll check in with Mike coming up in just a little bit later. Jordy, before Jordy had to take off, said, by toll road, I mean, I'm just going to stand with a fancy hat and reflective vest and charge people $1 to drive by.
I like it.
You know, what I think that will allow you to do is go straight to jail.
Do not pass go?
Yeah, I think that's a direct line to jail. So, we also brought up Dances with Wolves this morning because we were trying to remember. Oh yeah, have there ever been any non-wolf-focused or dog-focused movies? So throw out Balto, as good as it is, where wolves have been like good friends and nice. Because I always feel like wolves get a bad rap, and they're always the like, oh, we're gonna push your sleigh off. Rawr. That's what wolves sound like. And that brought us to asking, what the hell is the plot for Dances with Wolves? Downs goes, Kevin Costner was a soldier who became friends with Native Americans. America didn't much like it. Kevin Costner killed the America, and because Dances with Wolves... What, Downs? Maybe I should have taken that one through rehearsal. Have you seen Dances with Wolves?
So. No.
I haven't either. For a second, I thought Downs is from Brendan was saying Bare Naked Lady sang the 877 Cash Now song.
I wish.
If
I
I
really wish.
If I had $1 million, if I had $1 million, I'd call 877 Cash Now and get access to my structured settlement. Wu Dang Pig said Dances with Wolves was one of my favorite movies. So maybe we should have Wu explain what the hell happened in that movie instead of Downs.
Perhaps. That'd probably make more sense.
Now, you were pointing out Culty Vibes, who's here, by the way. Good moron to Culty Vibes.
Top of the moron!
Because of Extraterrestrial Culture Day, did we learn anything yet?
I believe his response is, he says, quote, "The only culture I have is out of this world."
Okay.
End quote.
Drew Mega said Howard the Duck is also from the Marvel Comics originally. I did not know that. That's already my takeaway. That was pretty okay. Like I thought Howard the Duck was just a standalone character that someone made. So, yeah, I had no clue.
Nope. He was in the comics.
Written down. Look, it's my goes here.
Good moron!
In chat as well. Quiet said, well, Daft Punk is playing at my house. So is that really so I wasn't wrong, right? Daft Punk is playing at my house. My house.
No idea.
Okay, thank you, Sean. John Williams also wrote "Baby Got Back." Says, "Look, it's Myko."
I thought that was Bare Naked Ladies.
Good moron!
Kate Zaid is here. Good moron to you, Kate Zaid. Thank you for being here. So Jurassic Park theme is the best.
Pretty good.
Oh, but Kalaf brought up Captain Planet.
Also good.
That's written by Phil Collins.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay. All right. Down. I'm so happy you made the down streak.
I changed the wording to be more clear.
Downs did yell, by the way, that after the show, Downs is going streaking.
I'll make a command for that too.
Look, it's Myko in regards to friendly wolf moments. Teen wolf. Okay, I think that qualifies for what I was asking, right? Well, no, because it's a werewolf, not an actual wolf.
It sounds like you just need to make your own movie that gives you exactly what you want.
I legitimately asking though, like, again, it's not a cartoon featuring dogs. Like, it could be a cartoon like Frozen. Let's say, again, I for some reason have Frozen top of mind, so we're just gonna keep going with this, okay? So Kristoff and Anna are hanging out in the sleigh, and they're trying to get to Elsa in the castle, and I think Olaf is there too. And all of a sudden, Sven hears the wolves, right? And Kristoff notices that Sven's a little bit concerned, so he's like, shh, be quiet, right? Because Anna was talking about stuff. And then the wolves attack the sleigh, and then the sleigh ends up, like, falling off a mountain, right? Well, in that scene, had the wolves been like, hello! Well, they don't have to talk, but if they were like, woof, woof, and that was wolf for we'll give you safe passage to Elsa's castle.
We saw it. It's this way. Follow us.
Yes. Then that's what I'm referring to.
Uh-oh.
Ah! Oh, I couldn't get it out of there. So. Okay. So Culty Vibes, I think, is trying to help me out a lot. White Fang, I really might be reaching on this one. I can't remember anything for it, but wolves were definitely in it. We now go to our hashtag White Fang expert, Sean.
Nope.
I did once read White Fang because I was told to in 7th grade. What's really, really quite sad is a vast majority of my lifetime books read happened in reading and writing in middle school. It's really quite.
Oh, that's just gonna. Uh-oh, my internet.
No.
That slowly rolled in the goal on my screen, and then it finally caught up. Oh, and I'm just jumping all over the
No,
place.
don't lose. I can't lose you. Stay with me here. Stay with me. Look, it's Myco says, oh, now we're debating what an actual wolf is. Okay, for the point of this question, yes, like Teen Wolf, I'm sure Michael J. Fox's wolf character was tremendous. I don't really know because I've never seen that movie. Hotel Transylvania was brought up by Downs. But were they actual wolves? Not werewolves, but actual wolves. Well, no, because this is still sci. Yes, I did just disagree with myself in real time. But I was going to say the werewolves or the wolves from Twilight. But that's, again, shape-shifting, so it's not the same. Kalaf asks, Princess Mononoke. I don't know what that is. To quote Austin. I will gladly accept an explanation or plot description. So. Sean Brendan can't stay with us because the battery didn't charge last night on the phone.
That's a bummer. Can we send a really long extension cord and charger to Brendan, please?
We'll just send a spare battery via drone. Fortunately, it's an iPhone, so we'll also have to send a disassemble kit. I've shared this with Sean before, that one of my biggest gripes with my phone is when I go faster than my phone. So I'll be trying to get to an app, or I'll go to an internet page and I'll start to type, and my phone, like, I beat it to where the thing is supposed to be. Like, if I'm wanting to type in a URL, I'll start typing before the actual URL thing pops up because I'm anticipating it working, and then it's too slow. But I also think that this is starting to highlight that I might be needing a new phone, because my phone's starting to do that thing where I type something and then it takes 3 to 4 seconds before it'll actually let me finish typing what I'm looking for.
Yeah, it might be time. Oh.
Downs, I appreciate your commitment to trying to answer my question. Downs goes, Zookeeper had wolf. Don't think they killed Kevin James. Okay, I think that's fair. We'll use Zookeeper as our bar.
That's the one.
Yep. I'm gonna say this game doesn't count because you've had internet problems.
That's not why.
What? We had one chance to score, and you and I collided with each other.
But why did we collide with each other?
Because you hit me from the side, and I was going to hit it in the goal.
Because every other time I lay off when it's up the middle, I turn around and you and our teammate are just driving in circles in the backfield.
This game doesn't count. You're having internet troubles. Well, listen, okay. At least you know why I am. Okay.
Yeah, I have no idea why our teammates do it. Maybe he's also hosting a radio show.
I'd like to introduce you to Electro Black, the host of Morning Gaming Show. Electro had bought the rights to MGS off of Look It's Michael.
Yeah, there were a couple times it looked like he was just following your lead. He was like, "Oh, I guess this is what we're doing."
This whole time I've been playing Rocket League wrong, said Electro. Well, we tried. Connectivity problems.
It didn't help, no.
There we go. That's the spirit. Hey, it's 7:25 out on the West Coast, 10:25 on the East Coast, and it is now 3:25 for those watching GMS in the UK. Everyone, thank you for being here. It is the Tuesday show. I am Hefty Goof. That is Sports.Gaming on the left side of your screen. Tomorrow at this time, we'll be joined by Dexter Adams of The Gamer, and we'll talk about toy-to-life games and some of the games that maybe you didn't know existed. So we'll talk about that coming up at 7:25 a.m. Pacific time tomorrow. If you missed our last interview yesterday with Cassidy of Comic Book Resources, we talked about 10 games that were leaked prior to coming out, and why that is sometimes not the worst thing in the world. We'll have that on our YouTube page soon. We'll also have our interview last week with Neko Ghost Jump creator Victor Burgos. That is available on our YouTube page soon. We're a little bit behind, so I apologize for that. Quiet said, I hate when I'm up in the offensive zone, really pressuring the other team, and both of my teammates are back at our goal. It's like, come on, guys. Could you imagine?
Could you imagine? At least I don't need like a bunch of assists or anything. I blame the other guy. He had no excuse.
Yeah, well, except tune in the Morning Gaming Show. 9 to 12 Eastern. We are going to have a show called GMS After Dark. It'll happen tomorrow at 4:45 p.m. Pacific time. Maintaining Mediocrity, who is someone who's incredibly talented and smart at art, and me, who watches football a lot, will combine our forces for an NFL logo tier list with GMS After Dark host Look It's Mike Oates tomorrow at 4:45 p.m. Pacific time. There is an Instagram account out there, and honestly, they're using it, I think, just for like marketing, but you know, kudos to them. They're making NFL logos minimalist because they sell templates for unveiling logos. So like they have this thing where like on the field you can show the logo, and on a helmet and your uniform, right? So they sell the template to be able to do those things. It's really cool. Like they've minimalized the Broncos logo. It's not my favorite, but they've had some others that I have really, really liked. So the Lions was pretty okay. Point being is we're not doing that tomorrow. We're ranking the actual ones. But
Gotcha.
of course, our good friend Keith Zaid asked me, what is that account? And now I gotta look. So this website sells sports templates, Sean.
Mm-hmm.
It's Instagram.com/sports templates. Who knew?
How long do you think it took him to come up with that?
All right, I'm happy to take number 1 on this list. This is top 10 John Williams all-time greatest film themes ranked.
This list is actually starting at number 10. So this is number 10.
0.
And that's the Home Alone main title, Somewhere in My Memory. Over 30 years after its initial release, the 1990 comedy film Home Alone remains a Yuletide favorite for millions. When the 8-year-old Kevin McAllister is accidentally left at home, it's just recapping the entire movie. The title theme is a thoroughly festive affair, complete with Celeste, pizzicato strings, and jingle bells that are purely evocative of reindeer and Santa's sleigh. This is the song that the choir sings when they're in the church. And then you hear it a lot throughout the movie. And it's very Christmassy. And some may not even realize it's written by John Williams.
Why don't I feel better about Home Alone? I don't like that movie.
Oh, there it is. Okay. I had to listen to it because the beginning was not what I thought it was, but it does get to the choir part.
9.
E.T. the Extraterrestrial, a culture day. Apparently, they needed a theme for flying. So is this the part where... Just a sec.
Spoiler tease.
If you haven't caught E.T. in 40 years, at the very end... No, it might be the very end, but at one point, the kid's bicycle can fly.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm guessing, since this is saying flying, this is when the music plays.
Yeah, and it includes the theme that you think of if you know the E.T. theme. It is in there.
You want to know what I remember most about E.T.? It's the only thing I remember.
Is it Reese's Pieces? It's Reese's Pieces, isn't it?
It is.
We hang out too much.
They're so good, though. That movie was so boring.
8.
Number 8, Saving Private Ryan, Hymn to the Fallen. The soundtrack to Saving Private Ryan is one of Williams's most beautiful and subtle. His 16th collaboration with Steven Spielberg, the film is a graphic portrayal of the Second World War set during the invasion of Normandy. The orchestration for this film is a moment of beauty, masterfully using the warmth of orchestral strings, brass, military drums, horns, which are also brass. A wordless choir joins for Hymn to the Fallen, which, as Spielberg himself said, will stand the test of time and honor forever the fallen of this war and possibly all wars.
7.
I really like Reese's Pieces. They're so good. They're just delicious. They're better than M&M's. They're just so good. The Raiders March from Raiders of the Lost Ark. If you have anything to add to this, you're welcome to, because I don't know anything about the Raiders of the Lost Ark.
The music from Indiana Jones is pretty still.
I honestly also cheated and looked ahead, so...
6.
Cheater. Number 6 is the Jurassic Park main theme. That feeling... Nope. Can you imagine the sheer awe and wonder you might feel if you arrived on an island to find full-sized, living, breathing, prehistoric beasts? That feeling is exactly what John Williams' theme to Jurassic Park perfectly encapsulates. It's fantastic.
And it was multifaceted. It had the big reveal of the Brontosaurus and all this stuff, but then it also had the sadness of them leaving the island, having failed. It was it's great. So mad.
5.
So instead, they think the Superman theme is better. So it's 50 years, Clark Kent, Superman persona, lots of remakes, really good. But the 1978 Superman is emblematic of the character himself, based on a major triad. The fanfare theme teases the arrival by first descending in pitch before its second iteration culminates in the satisfying moment when the entire orchestra unites in a rhythm that, if it had words, would be bellowing out, Superman!
It's true. It's pretty good.
That one I actually don't
4.
fully remember, and I would need to look at it. So. Okay, that is pretty good. Okay, yeah. That is
Superman. Yep. John Williams.
Superman.
Write some good stuff.
4.
Number 4 is the Star Wars main theme. This, of course, plays during the opening scroll of the movies and is a pretty classic Star Wars iconography. So, yeah, that's a good one. Not much more to say about the Star Wars main theme.
3.
Even non-Star Wars fans know it.
Mm-hmm. We all do. By heart. Oh, wait. I might, but let's get through the list. Schindler's List. I'm just going to read what's on the copy because I don't know anything about Schindler's List. When Steven Spielberg first approached John Williams to score this historical drama, Schindler's List, the composer was apprehensive. Quote, "You need a better composer than I am for this film," he said. "I know, but they're all dead," came the response.
That's a really good response.
That is an incredibly good response.
Between friends who have worked together a lot, like that's such a good response. This is a piece that I'm not super familiar with. Like I wouldn't be able to, like, if you played it, I would be like, well, that's Schindler's List. But it stands out, at least from what I've heard before and listened to a few seconds here. This is the least like movie theme piece that I know John Williams for. This is the most like, this is just a classical piece of music. It doesn't sound like a movie theme. It just sounds like a piece of classical music.
I keep getting, I thought it was Shawshank Redemption, so clearly
2.
not qualified to talk. So.
Number 2 is the Hedwig's theme from Harry Potter, which is probably what most people would like if they heard it. They'd be like, "Oh, that's the Harry Potter theme," but it's specifically Hedwig's theme. He only scored the first 3 films of the Harry Potter series, and the Hedwig's theme appears in all 8 films.
Is that the do 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 do? Okay, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
1.
And this is why I wanted to wait, because this is the one I was thinking of. So this is the Imperial March from Star Wars. This is the dun 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 bum bum bum. Right? That's the one I think of. What's the Star Wars theme?
The main theme is dun 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 dun
Oh.
dun 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 dun.
No, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
1. I don't know if I played Bob saying 1. Imperial March, Darth Vader's theme. I will give credit to this for a specific moment in a movie, which I have seen this. When they first introduced Darth Vader and they got Imperial Marches and all that stuff, or maybe it's not when they first do, but every time that you see him, right? Like that's cool. And that's one thing I like about movie scores, for what it's worth, is when you have like the music playing to like give you a feeling like, oh, this person's about to show up, or like it gets associated with them. Like I like that stuff. That's, I think, why I like wrestler theme songs. I can't do Jurassic Park down at 6.
It's tough with someone like John Williams, who has written not only lots of high quality pieces of music, specifically theme songs, but they all are so iconic for the movies. I feel like you could put this top 10 list in any order and justify it. So it's all a matter. At that point, it is truly subjective. Like Jurassic Park is a great theme, but so are the top 5 above it. Like they're all just so solid that you could basically look at most of this list. I would argue some things are more B tier, like the Home Alone main title I wouldn't put on the same scale as the 2 themes from Star Wars, but you could basically look at this as a big tie for first place because they're all just so solid. And another one that's iconic in my mind for John Williams is the Jaws theme isn't even on this. That's another one that is, it takes 2 notes and you're like, I know what song this is.
And it fits what I was talking about. You hear that and you knew the shark was around, right? Although that movie gets a ton of credit because it doesn't show the shark for the first 40 minutes of the film, but it plays the music and makes you terrified. So, I will admit, and granted it's a different time, but the amount of old people who I was told wouldn't go in the water after watching that movie, right? Because that was a generation above me who would have been in their 20s when that thing came out. They're like, I wouldn't go in the water for years because of that movie. So. Scott Chick said, ooh, that is a good theme. They play that on Classical FM. Well, that's good because that list came from Sienna Linton of Classic FM. So you can check it there. Chrissy Icky is here. Second straight show for Chrissy Icky. Good moron to you.
Top of the moron.
Kate Zaid said, I like the Imperial March and agrees with you. Facts, Sean. Facts. Okay, I'll concede. I mean, listen, you're smarter at music than I am, and I'm going to just listen to you, so. Except for Home Alone. All right, so it's Safer Internet Day today. If you don't know what Safer Internet Day is, well, let me help you. The day brings organizations and individuals together with the common goal of reaching as many internet users as possible and provide them with the tools and resources to keep them safe. Every day, we all face the potential of becoming a victim of internet crimes. However, there are ways to protect ourselves and to teach our children how to correctly use the internet too. Here's some things you can do today on Safer Internet Day. This was also trending on Twitter this morning. Talk to your children about using internet safely. Speak up about cyberbullying. And start a conversation about safer internet approaches. You know, I only really had considered Safer Internet Day from like the perspective of a parent. But really, I mean, even just in our world, being kind to each other and therefore not cyberbullying, right? Like that has merit. So,
Yeah, for sure.
good stuff. Safer Internet Day, National Molasses Bar Day, World Opera Day, Laugh and Get Rich Day.
Ha 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 ha.
Have some soap.
Does it work?
That's 3 times that the Dr. Squatch has become 20 extra bucks. So
Pretty good.
20 times 3 is 60.
Nice. First try.
National Kite Flying Day, Culty Vibes Memorial Extraterrestrial Culture Day, National Boy Scouts Day, and National Iowa Day. Those are your days of the day. It's also
Man, the Boy Scouts in Iowa who practice safe internet practices are having a real good day.
it's really solid, especially if they're flying kites, eating molasses bars, and laughing a lot.
Singing up.
Check in with Mike O. Here's what Mike's tracking this hour.
Ryan, Sean, chat. After years of debating what the greatest alpha creature on the face of the planet is, the greatest since the T-Rex, we finally have an answer. From Cork Gain from Business Insider, he's told us that during a recent episode of the Big Podcast with Shaq, the former NBA big man explained that gorillas freak out when he shows up at zoos and they want to fight him. Shaq even called an executive from Zoo Miami during the podcast who confirmed the tale. The conversation came up when Shaq was contemplating whether to let his gray hair grow out, joking that he would be a silverback gorilla and not a silver fox. This led to Shaq, a huge zoo aficionado, explaining how gorillas act in his presence. True story, Shaq said. I've been to every zoo in the world, and every time I go to the gorilla section, they look at me. Hey man, where your fur at? For real, that's how they look at me. They also look at me like, what am I doing in here and you out there? And they always go crazy when they see me. Shaq, who is 7'1", 325 pounds of man, then called the animal expert Ron McGill, the communications director for Zoo Miami. McGill is also a bit of a zookeeper to the stars and a celebrity in his own right. McGill not only confirmed the story, but also took it a step further by explaining that the male gorillas are intimidated by Shaq.
Shaquille
The gorilla
O'Neal.
gets intimidated, and he looks at Shaq and thinks that Shaq is going to take away his girls. And he gets tight-lipped and tries to stand up and make himself look as big as possible, McGill said. But at the end of the day, he backs off. He knows who's boss. Shaq then added that it is the same at every zoo. Every zoo in the world, they go crazy, Shaq said. They try to break out the damn thing and they try to fight me. Well, there you have it. The alpha Shaq is the alpha male. Yeah. SAJQ.
It's definitely Shaq.
Is it? Shaq. Thank you for checking in with us. Look, it's Mike O at this hour.
The SHAQ he in his news voice was the best part.
SHAQ. Shaq.
All right, there you go.
Fun fact: John Williams wrote Shaq's theme song.
I mean, Shaq was nicknamed Superman, so that's technically true. Did Shaq write the or Shaq? Did John Williams write the Steel theme song?
Oh, if only.
That's a good movie. Kate Zaid says, poor intimidated Grilla. I would be afraid of Shaq taking my partner too. The best story I've ever heard about Shaq was from the Dan Patrick Show. And it was, they were at some sort of award show or something like that. And one of the producers for Dan Patrick's show is named Polly. And Polly was going to the bathroom at the same time that Shaq was. And Reggie Miller, who is a former NBA player for the Indiana Pacers, as Shaq was right next to Polly at the urinal, said, "Don't do it, Polly. It'll change your life. You can't bounce back from that." So that's the story I'm going to share with you in that context. That's all I got for you. Reggie can't help but laugh at that story. It makes me very happy. Look, it's Mike O. Said, people are taking advantage of seniors often with internet scams. That's actually a really good point, because I referenced from the parent perspective, and then I talked about just being kind to each other from a cyberbullying perspective. But Safer Internet Day, I'm sure, should put a spotlight on internet scams. Yep. And my grandmother, I have one grandparent left, is a pretty astute individual. Like, both from like the perspective of how old she is still very much there, but also like has always been pretty good at like catching nonsense, right? And so once emailed me, said, "Hey, I just got a notification that you were in trouble in Mexico," or something like that, right? Which is an internet scam where it's like, you know, it's your grandpa, or sorry, it's your grandson. I'm reaching out because I'm in jail in another country, and they took my phone and they took my wallet, and you need to send money here, right? So.
Wow.
And so I called my grandma right away. I was like, "Nope, I am here. Don't worry about it. That is a scam." Look, it's Michael. Kip Boga and Scammer Payback are two great Twitch accounts to follow. They really mess and payback scammers. I mean, it would be nice if there was, you know, some sort of regulatory entity that, you know, made it so that we didn't have to rely on entertainment to take care of scammers. But until that day comes, there you go. There was some... Gosh, is it Mark Rober, who's the YouTuber who does the Glitter Bomb holiday package thing?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Rober or Robber, I can't remember how Mark says his last name, but they were doing a Glitter Bomb annual. They did this every Christmas or holiday season, and one year, like, it ended up uncovering like some like wider systemic like scam that was going on, and so they worked with like authorities on it. And I never finished watching the other side of that because that became a separate YouTube video. But, yeah. Kate Zaid said, if you were close enough with your grandparents to ask for money, wouldn't they know if you were abroad? I mean, actually, Kate, I agree with that. However, I would be a perfect example of the person who would go abroad without my grandma knowing. So, yeah, I could actually see it working on my grandparents. Well, my grandma.
Could you imagine not telling your family important things? That never happens.
Yes, I could. I once we had the COVID going through the house, and I informed my family by them finding out secondhand from my niece, who happened to be on a FaceTime call with my daughter, that we were going through that. So, yeah, no, I totally see actually my poor grandmother being subjected to a scam because of lack of information from me. Let's see. Kip Boga is so good according to Culty Vibes. KJ confirmed, yes, Mark Rober. Chris M. is here, mayor of the internet, with us this morning. Good moron to you.
Good moron!
The only way they got away with it was because my family and I were at Disney World at the time. It was a phone scam. My grandma got taken by that scam. I feel like I'm missing the front end of that message. Sorry, yeah. For some reason, it didn't come through. It also worked only on my grandma because dementia was already setting in. That way we found out if she told my other grandma during a social phone call that they had. That's according to Chris. Okay, all right. Easy computer. There we go. Look at Spyco. If someone called my grandparents and said they were me and stuck in jail, my grandpa would have said, "Don't drink the water there and don't shower," and then hung up. Also, they're dead, so it's hard to get rid of them. Oh, not get rid of, get a hold of.
Very similar.
Oh, I see. So Chris was describing it in a similar situation to my grandma getting the stuck in Mexico thing. So very similar situation happened to Chris.
Gotcha.
Kate said, "Oh no, poor grandma. My grandma gave money to people who promised him a Mercedes. Oh, my grandpa gave money to people who promised him a Mercedes that he was planning to sell and give money to his children. Grandparents are too kind." Well, it makes me wonder too, like, phone scams I think still work with like my generation of grandparents. So I imagine internet scams will still work when we're old, right? Because it's just that's the method of communication. It's not strictly because of unfamiliarity with the medium. I'm sure that doesn't help, but
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see kind of how scams evolve,
yeah.
unfortunately.
They're dead, so it's hard to get rid of them. Oh, Mike. Are we about to go to overtime?
Oh, yep. I might have had a chance to win it, but couldn't get the shot.
Take the shot! Scott Chick, my great aunt used to invite the scammers that came around to the doors for tea. It wasn't long after that my aunt and uncle made the difficult decision to put her in a home after being in her home was no longer safe for her. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, I mean, I've messed with telemarketers before because I love to do the approach of, "Oh, you want me to buy a vacuum cleaner? That sounds great. But let me tell you about what I'm offering you today." And then I would go into my spiel about buying magazines.
There's a a comedian who has a bunch of bits about replying to email scams, and I'll find it after this game because they're very entertaining. I don't know if they're real or not, but they're really funny, so they're worth watching.
Well, thanks for sharing stories. I mean, this is where like the fun part of just addressing serious topics comes in, because even the other day we talked about cancer, and that had an impact on some people who made that known in Discord, and we appreciate you sharing your thoughts there. But I mean, even the case with having to move parents or grandparents into a place because that was the moment you realized, like, hey, they're not able to be at home by themselves anymore. So Scott Chick did say, to be fair, her constant chatting about how you all are going to the burning place in the ground probably scared them off. Was that exclusive to the people stopping by to scam? Or was that like kind of just a general message, like someone delivered the newspaper? Thank you. Now go straight to hell. Maiko says, it's also prevalent with cell phones, though. people buy phone lists and then try to scam a FedEx package or something similar too. Ooh, that makes me wonder. Look, it's Mike O. When you were doing the FedEx job, which is Mike job number 1, did you have like any training? That was pretty sick.
That was good. Nice pass.
Wow. That was like a bicycle kick.
Clip that one.
Bicycle kick from Sean. There you go. Cracked. Scott Chick said, no, everyone got it. Even us. She was very religious and us not so much. She wasn't too happy about it, even the days before she developed dementia. It's a good story about your grandma. Good stuff. 7:55, very quick sports. 10:55 out east. It is 3:55 for those watching GMS in the UK. All right, sports. Yesterday was sports. And in those sports, the following happened. None of your teams played.
Get wrecked, sports.
So there you go. Tonight, your Portland Trailblazers host the Orlando Magic, and your Los Angeles Lakers host the defending champion Milwaukee Bucks. This is breaking sports news. CJ McCollum, 4 minutes ago from Bleacher Report, has been traded. The Blazers will acquire Nickeil Alexander-Walker and Tomas Satronsky, in addition to someone named Hart and draft compensation. Oh, and the McCollum's actually going to the Pelicans. This is a multi-team deal. According to Shams of The Athletic and Stadium, Portland will get Josh Hart and the aforementioned Alexander Walker and Satronsky and draft compensation. The Pelicans are going to get CJ McCollum. Oh, no, that's just a straight trade. Pelicans and Blazers. So there you go.
Nice.
A couple days ago, the Blazers traded Norm Powell, I want to say, who they got from the Raptors last year and was supposed to be a key piece, them being better at the playoffs, and it just hasn't happened this year. So
Bummer.
It's rough for your Portland Trailblazers.
As it often is.
They're only a half game out of the play-in spots, so
Still a chance.
here's hoping. There you go. It's Super Bowl week. We had a story in the Gaming Morning Show Morning Gaming News that the Bengals were predicted to beat the Rams in the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Although that prediction last year was a Chiefs blowout.
Was it really?
Yeah. It was the article we linked talked more about it, but yeah, last year was a big whiff.
Well, you know why.
Is it bomb trading?
Yep, they underestimated. Look, it's Myko's bomb trading. Drug testing in Major League Baseball has stopped. According to the Associated Press, Cadsley, the sports lockout started December 2nd. Testing for steroids halted for the first time in nearly 20 years.
What?
Oh. And Dennis Allen is the new head coach of the New Orleans Saints, promoted from defensive coordinator. Former Broncos legend. Well, legendary coach, Dennis Allen. Lovie Smith has been hired as the new head coach of the Houston Texans. This is interesting. The NFL is taking a hard look at special teams, which had a disproportionate number of injuries this season. While League Executive Vice President Jeff Miller stopped short of saying rule changes to further limit kick plays could be coming, the concern over the amount of concussions and lower extremity injuries was clear in a Zoom call on Monday, according to the Associated Press. Dr. Alan Stills, the chief medical officer of the NFL, and Miller said 1 in 6 concussions come from special teams, 30% of major knee injuries, mostly ACL tears, and 29% of lower body injuries were on kick teams.
Yep, that checks out. It's the only plays where you have two teams running full speed at each other. Turns out that doesn't end well.
You remember that story of the tennis player who, on social media in China, had accused someone of sexual assault and then went missing for a good amount of time and then came back, and there's been a lot of controversy. So I'm going to read the story from the Associated Press. Chinese tennis player Peng Xiao, I want to say I got the last name wrong, Shuai, told a French newspaper that international concern over her well-being is based on, quote, an enormous misunderstanding, end quote. And she denied having accused a high-ranking Chinese official of sexual assault. The interview with L'Equipe was held under controlled conditions in Beijing and failed to answer some key questions about Peng's initial accusations of sexual assault and whether she had since been in trouble with China's authoritarian government. L'Equipe, which specializes in sports news, published the interview Monday. The publication said it spoke to the tennis player a day earlier in a Beijing hotel in an hour-long interview organized through China's Olympic Committee. Also Monday, the International Olympic Committee released a statement saying IOC President Thomas Bach had dinner with Peng on Saturday. That's the whole story from the Associated Press. It's worth continuing to talk about because the last thing that I want is for that to get kind of swept under the rug, especially in the context of the Olympics and human rights in China. So just keep that story going. Let's continue to talk about it and at least make sure that we're aware of what's going on based on reporting from places that are reputable like the Associated Press. So there you go. Look, it's Michael, a.k.a. they said they'd send her family to slave camps if she didn't say this. Kind of like how 3 Chinese athletes have won gold after mystery disqualifications. That's Look, it's Michael. Chrissy, shady AF. Tomorrow, 4:45 p.m. Pacific time, speaking of Look, it's Michael, GMS After Dark is happening. We will do a sports-themed show. Udry, Maintaining Mediocrity on Twitch, is incredibly good at art and is really smart and talented.
Art smart.
I talk into a microphone. So, with our powers combined, we're going to talk NFL logos and make a tier list. So,
I don't know. I feel like you're pretty uniquely qualified for this discussion too. I mean, with your background in graphic design and your love of football.
So nice.
And your love of rubbing your chest.
I like this logo a lot. All right, that's tomorrow. Next hour, community games. Hey, guess what I got going yesterday?
Is it the balloon game?
It is definitely not the new version of Google Feud. So coming up next hour, we'll play Don't Let the Person Floating from the Balloons Fall in the Monster's Mouth. Medium strength.
Extra medium.
Aren't you excited?
I'm always excited. I like watching the balloons pop and watching the monster walk away sad when he doesn't get to eat the man floating from the balloon.
See, the person, whenever the person lands safely, now that we pointed out the strut, that's all I see now.
Yep. He knows he's safe.
Can't touch me,
Silly
monster.
little monster.
Chris goes, you also like football, right? That is true. I do. Morning show, morning gaming, re-news, clip of the day, takeaways that were pretty okay. Also coming up next hour, it's Sean and Hefty, and it is Tuesday, February 8th, 2022. Thanks for being here.
It's been 5 years since I saw your face. The sun was shining bright that day. 5 years ago, we were getting ready for the wedding of the year. It's been a while now since we danced the night away, since I saw your now the sun's shining bright. closer, somewhere you've never been before. Everything is new to you. I'll help you through, because I know what it's like, trying to make something right. So just know you're not alone tonight, because the stars glow at night, and oh, they shine so bright. I hope this is the best day of your life, because the stars glow at night, and oh, they shine so bright. Just know that this is right for you. Oh, for you. Now the sun is shining bright, the stars come out at night. My heart is full and bright for you, because the stars glow at night, and oh, they shine so bright. I hope this is the best day of your life, because the stars glow at night, and oh, they shine so bright. Just know that this is right for you. Oh, for you.
I'm not about this at all, but I'll risk it. Feel like I've never felt before. Gonna miss it. Follow me again. Why can't I resist the gravity of love? I'm not in love, I swear. It's just that you make me so mad. But still I say
Coming up on Gaming Morning Show. Community games. Don't let the person hanging from the balloons fall into the monster's mouth. And GMS, Morning Gaming Renews. Get ready for your takeaways that were pretty okay. And the clip of the day. Follow us on Twitter at WatchGMS and join our Discord. Go to gms.watch and click on where to find GMS. Who is probably in the shower. Time for hour number 3, right now.
Morning, gamer. It's Gaming Morning Show. It is Tuesday, February 8th, 2022. Thanks for being here. It's time for the final hour. That's Sean. I'm Hefty Goof.
Is the show in the shower?
Ooh. I mean, we got Dr. Squatch soap.
And $20.
Those two things go hand in hand, apparently. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. That is Sean, as I mentioned. I am Hefty Goof. Gaming Morning Show continues. We have Gaming Morning Show Morning Gaming Renews coming up in just a little bit, so very excited about that. Tomorrow, 7:25 a.m. Pacific time, we'll talk to Dexter Adams of The Gamer about toy-to-life games. That's on the way. This hour, we'll check in with Look, It's Mike O, see what Mike O is tracking this hour. Last hour, it was how gorillas freak out whenever Shaquille O'Neal comes near. Oh my gosh.
That's a good one. That's a really good one.
I hear a parody in my head now.
We've been making lots of those lately.
Would you be willing to help me write a song to the tune of Why Do Birds Suddenly Appear Every Time You Are Near, but about gorillas being freaked out by Shaq?
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
That sounds really good. It might need a trumpet solo.
It's also a story earlier about a Hawaii couple shocked by an $18,000 electric bill for streetlights. Apparently the couple, or the couple, owned property that also apparently included the street. So it's amazing what you learn with Look, It's Mike O.
Welcome in, Final Hour crew.
It is good to see the Final Hour crew.
Greetings, Final Hour crew ambassador Chris M. Yee.
The mayor of the internet is here. Thank you for being along with us. Also, Look, It's Mike O is here throughout the course of the morning. Quiet I Am Gaming, Dungeon Meowster KJ, Scott Chick 360, Kate Zaid has been with us. We had I Am JF Downs in our chat for like 21 straight hours or something earlier.
It's true.
That's an official record.
I believe that's the record.
So, Chrissy Icky with us. Culty Vibes has been checking in throughout the course of the morning as well. And many, many others. We saw Drew Mega earlier this morning. A whole bunch of folks. Thank you for hanging out with us on this edition of Gaming Morning Show. It is John Williams' 90th birthday. 90?
It's not young.
Is John Williams still busting out music?
So I pulled up his Wikipedia because I was interested in, we had mentioned that he hasn't won in quite a while. I was interested in how frequently he's been nominated. And on his Wikipedia, it lists his in-progress works or future works. Obviously, he's coming back for Indiana Jones 5, which makes a lot of sense. And then there was another movie I hadn't heard of that's listed there. So he's still working.
There's an Indiana Jones 5?
Yeah. I don't know if it's rumors or if it's official, but the way they got Harrison Ford back to play Han Solo, who he has been very outspoken on the fact that he doesn't enjoy playing Han Solo. The way they got him back was by doing another Indiana Jones movie, because he apparently loves to play Indiana Jones and hates to play Han Solo. Indiana Jones 5.
I feel like we've talked about that on the show before.
I feel like we have too.
Yeah. Okay. I probably knew that.
I hope it's decent. The fourth movie was just so not.
How did I miss that? Like, it was right there. It's ridiculous.
That's all right. Our teammate and I also missed an easy, like, open net goal. Wow.
So it's like a pinball machine all of a sudden. Not. So is Indiana Jones 5 going to be like Harrison Ford walking with a walker or something like that? Like, going to have a little bit slower rhythm to it, like dun 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 dun.
I don't know, because Indiana Jones 4, it already looked like, oh man, he should not be doing any of the things he's doing in the movie. Like, obviously, he wasn't doing his own stunts, but like the things Indiana Jones was doing in the movie looked so out of place, and that was a while ago. It's not gonna look any better.
How long ago was Indiana Jones 4?
I don't know.
Was that the one with Shia LaBeouf?
Yes.
Well, that's got to be a while ago. Like, Transformers came out 05, so I'm going to guess Indiana Jones 10 years ago.
I'm gonna go 15.
Okay. So was it closer to 2007 or 2012? Downs goes, I think Disney may be trying to tank Indiana Jones 5. It keeps getting hit with avoidable delays. Maybe. I mean, I'm sure the pandemic didn't help. Right. So Indiana Jones seems like a movie that's like shot on location or something.
Yeah, and Harrison Ford is the definition of an at-risk population. Seeing as how he's 120 years old.
One of my favorite things that Harrison Ford's done in the last 10 years is being so shocked by David Blaine, like pulling cards out of his fruit in his kitchen, that he told David Blaine to get the hell out of his house. Did you ever see that?
No.
So David Blaine for a while was doing magic inside celebrities' homes, and I don't know if I still think it was pre-pandemic, but he like has Harrison Ford grab like an apple or a cantaloupe off of his counter in his kitchen and goes, right, cut this open, and it has a card that he showed him inside, and he goes, Harrison Ford goes, get the hell out of my house. He was so shocked or playing a character. Either way, it was a good time. So.
You can never tell, because he plays a crotchety old man so well, but also is a crotchety old man. Like when you watch him do interviews for like late night shows, I can never tell if it's a bit or if he's actually feeling that way. I love it.
Indiana Jones and Aliens was in 2008. You were close. Is that the official subtitle? Indiana Jones and Aliens?
Close enough.
That's good.
Spoilers.
They've been pushing it back since 2006, okay, or 2016. So, Chris Amigos, he also keeps crashing his planes. Oh yeah, I have heard of Harrison Ford and a plane crash.
Yep. Yeah. Which, luckily, they've all been relatively minor.
Yeah, I was reading this morning what was trending, and I think unfortunately some skateboarder had a plane crash, and one of 4 died in that. So.
Sad.
Yeah, yesterday Reggie Miller was talking about Kobe, who died in a helicopter crash about exactly 2 years ago. And he was talking about the difference. You know, Kobe Bryant's always been compared to Michael Jordan in terms of their level of competitiveness. And Reggie Miller, who played against both of them, said Kobe was better at giving information away about the things he would work on to get better. Michael Jordan, according to Reggie Miller, was like, would never tell you a thing. All he wanted to do was devastate you 24/7. And part of me, like, if I'm thinking in like a, I don't know, cosmic way or a spiritual way, makes me wonder if like maybe Kobe knew that he wasn't going to have the longevity on this earth and was like, I'm going to give it back before, you know, it's time. So I don't know, just maybe a little bit of a wishful thinking by me, but
yeah, it's a nice thought regardless. I like putting positive energy like that out there. It's unknowable, so why not, hope for the best?
Well, because, I mean, that's the thing about Kobe was, by all accounts, was hell-bent on being the next Michael Jordan, right? And modeled everything he did after that. But then, here in this circumstance, did that one thing different that at least one person picked up on. So maybe, it's 8:20 West Coast. It's 11:20 out on the East. It is 4:20 for those watching GMS in the afternoon. KJ says, was lurking while working, but had to chime in. Harrison Ford is a very nice person, but he does have a really good RBF. What's RBF?
Resting.
Oh.
There you go. Yeah, you got that.
Likewise.
I know.
Chris M. Yee said, weird fun fact, a second cousin of mine used to own a high-end furniture store with Harrison Ford's son.
Wow.
Small world stuff there.
I
Did
feel
you ever
like-
buy anything?
I feel like someone related to Harrison Ford needs to have like a car dealership.
Maybe a plane
Ford's
dealership.
Fords.
That's why Harrison can have so many plane crashes. Has access to airplanes.
Also access to like millions and millions of dollars.
That doesn't hurt. This is Don't Let the Person Floating from the Balloons Fall in the Monster's Mouth. It's our community game for today.
To see the record for the most balloons banked in Don't Let the Person Floating from the Balloons Fall in the Monster's Mouth, remember to type the easy-to-remember acronym, ! DLTPFFTBFITMMREC.
It's all you have to do, and right now, that record for medium strength is 114.
We're on a roll.
The all-time record on easy strength is 269. So,
Nice.
since our hard strength record is probably 69, we have to finish at 169 on medium strength, right? That's how this progression works. Oh, it was 129?
Yeah. What a bummer.
Chad, I didn't know we were that great at this game.
Cracked.
Fair. Chris, I can't afford regular furniture. No way I can afford that stuff. Okay, fair. Figured maybe you were on the outside or the inside enough where they would be like, hey, we don't need this ottoman. KJ says, piggybacking on weird fun facts or small world moments, Callista Flockhart shopped at a store I used to work in, and she brought the hubby, Harrison Ford, with her. That is how I know he is nice. Well, he was at the moment, at least. What? What are you laughing at?
I know exactly what you're looking up.
Oh, they were married in 2010. Did you know that?
Yeah, I for sure knew exactly what you were looking up.
No, but you knew he was married to Callista Flockhart?
No, but I knew that that's what you were looking up. I had no idea. I'm terrible at like celebrity gossip and who's married to whom and all that. That's my wife's specialty.
Third wife? Meanwhile, there's a game going on, and apparently someone got it right. Towns had it. Last of the Mohicans.
It's pretty good work.
I'm really trying hard not to misspell something, so. Was that a perfect round? Oh no, we got 5. So. Okay, by the way, every time this category shows up, it's oxymorons. But I look at that, and because I have it zoomed in a certain way and I'm nearsighted, I keep thinking it says orthopedics. It's oxymorons, but it's not orthopedics. Not orthopedics.
Not.
2010. Ally McBeal and Han Solo married. Who knew? A tale as old as time. We're going to have a command at this point where you can just type Downs and then anything, and it'll give you stuff about Downs. Whoa! Caleb with a big E. That's how I used to get my Frosties. Biggie sized. Chris M.E., that counter does not include the number of times Downs has guessed you in one vowel word. Not that we're upset.
Here, I'll update it.
However, we did lose our easy record because Downs guessed you. Only because of that. No one else guessed anything wrong. It was just Downs.
There we go. I updated it.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Yeah, Downs, all you had to do was just stick with D the whole time, and we would have never lost. Do you think that the time that Don't Let the Person Floating from the Balloons fall in the monster's mouth produces Shaquille O'Neal, we should just quit the show?
That's when we retire.
Okay.
That game, yeah. We never play that game again.
Oh, never play the game again, but we can continue doing the show.
We can still do our show.
Okay.
And then we can't bring the game back until Shaquille O'Neal comes on to do 5 questions.
Cade Zeta's cracked. Look at this. Same difference.
It's pretty solid.
Cracked. That's 5 more balloons. We're up to 124. We have probably enough time to play maybe 3 games, depending on how quickly y'all go. Downs also pretty much had it there, too, so cracked. Keylef, hey now, I had dump trucks once. It's possible. That's true. It's true. Lipsticks. Places. Quiet wants Florida. Calaf wants Alabama.
Could you imagine somewhere that's like right on the border of Florida and Alabama?
You saw what happened, though, right?
Oh, I saw what happened. Hey, for Alien.
That is just ridiculous, Caleb.
Pretty good.
But why did we only get 5? Oh, because F for Florida. Okay. I was like, I thought that was right at the beginning. Calaf is cracked. Huh. By the way, Floribama, really cool bar. So. Look, it's Michael. He absolutely or obviously works for Google. I'm beginning to think Calaf is Google.
Do not Google that.
Makes so much sense.
Nightlight, Mouse House, Moose Book. Wait. Moose Hoose. Fight Night. Oh, there was no N.
Yeah, no N.
Oh, Loose Goose. No.
No.
That's what I said. Oh, from Look It's My Go. We are in trouble. D from Downs.
Uh-oh. Well, guess I won't have to open up Nightbot for a while.
Should have guessed you.
What was it?
Cheat sheet.
Cheat sheet. Oh.
Well, Downs have broke our streak again. I feel so bad because Downs technically had the last guess on that one. I will admit that was circumstantial, but still hilarious. So, Quiet I Am Gaming. What a Downser.
Wow. Downs is right. 129 matches the hard mode.
It sure does, yeah. So hard strength, we finished 129. Medium strength, we finished 129. Coming up on the next gaming morning show, on which we play Don't Let the Person Floating from the Balloons Fall in the Monster's Mouth, we will return to hard strength.
Wow.
Because remember when we were doing that?
I do.
Quiet says, we did that on purpose. Okay. It is now 8:30. Coming up, we're going to check with Look It's Maiko. We got the days of the day, all that ahead. But right now, we all have to say goodbye to Sean. We didn't want to, but we have to. So, it's true. Sean, it's an absolute pleasure doing this show with you.
Likewise.
I hope you have a tremendous day.
I hope you do as well.
Likewise.
I know.
Everyone say goodbye to Sean. Goodbye, 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 Sean. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. I'm Hefty Goof, and I am here by myself now, but only for 30 minutes. And we will then send you somewhere if you're watching on Twitch. We also have Gaming Morning Show, Morning Gaming Renews, Clip of the Day, and takeaways that were pretty okay. So start thinking about something you learned from today's show. I have some very good news. I already have mine written down. I'm very excited about that. And it is not that Harrison Ford is married to Callista Flockhart, which is very difficult to say. We also like smelling nice on the show. It's very important to us. So we always ask,
Does anyone have my Dr. Squatch soap? Maiko sure does.
Mike does. Mike can help you get things like Dr. Squatch soap. The gold moss scent. So goldeny and mossy. It smells like I'm in a forest right now, but a forest made out of gold. One that Indiana Jones would be walking on over to right now because Harrison Ford no longer runs as fast as Harrison used to. But if you would like to get a selection of Dr. Squatch soaps, well, you can easily do so. All you have to do is go to drsquatch.com, and then if you use promo code DiscBrick10, Look It's Maiko can help you save 10% on your first purchase. Or if you use DiscSquatch10, you can save money on your first subscription. All of that benefits our good friend Look It's Maiko and helps you smell good.
Tell us more, Mike.
He can't. Mike is getting ready in the newsroom, so my apologies, but I will tell you about it. There's also shampoo and conditioner, like the Cypress Coast shampoo. And if you open this up in the shower and put it on your hair will get cleaner, unlike mine, which I'm using to weigh down this box. It's at drsquatch.com. Plus, if you go to Look It's Maiko on Twitch, you can do so, twitch.tv/lookitsmaiko, and you subscribe, you get access to the Gaming Morning Show emotes. 3 of the 4 are released. That is Sean, myself, and Mike in between the so goods there. Austin's is patent pending, but we are hearing from the U.S. Patent Office that it should be available soon. So, all of that to say, thank you for supporting Look It's Maiko, and thank you for supporting Gaming Morning Show. If you would like to become a Patreon subscriber, you can. Just go to patreon.com/gamingmorningshow. All right, it's 8:34 on the West Coast, 11:34 out East. It is 4:34 for those watching GMS in the afternoon. Well, that's usually the Arturo video. It looks like the Arturo video was linked to the B-roll video that we used for our interview last week about Neko Ghost Jump. So I'm going to have to go track down the Arturo video because we no longer have it available. However, if you want to play Neko Ghost Jump, You can. It's on Steam and Epic Games and other places. You're able to go check that out, and we should have on our YouTube page our interview with the creative director of it, Victor Burgos. So there you go. Sad. No, not temporarily. Scott Chick goes, no Arturo video. Temporarily. We will find it, I promise.
A warm welcome to our deputy cat petter, Scott Chick.
Don't tell Scott Chick that I lost the video, okay? Our little secret.
Today is season 12 of Apex Legends, so I'm very excited about that. I already downloaded it. I'm very proud of myself for already having it proactively. So after the show, at some point today, I'm going to jump in there and see what it's all about. So
Don't tell Scott Chick, okay? It's just temporarily gone. We'll find it, I promise.
Dungeon Meowster KJ comforts Scott Chick in this time of grief. You know, every once in a while, we make mistakes. It's not intentional. We don't realize how much overlap exists between some of the scenes that we've made and some of the scenes that we change. Especially when we're putting things together hastily. But what is important to remember is that even if mistakes are made, we genuinely care and take seriously the official titles that we bestow on people. And knowing just how much Arturo means to you, Scott Chick, Gaming Morning Show commits to working as hard as we possibly can to find that damn video before the next time I'm on this scene. Sincerely, Hefty Goof. Plus you have, KJ to console you, and that's not a bad consolation prize. So, I mean, you could have had an Arturo video, I admit that, and that would have been neat. But, you get a comfortation. I like that. It's like a confrontation, but it's kind. A comfortation. Oh, you want me to sing it? Scott Chick says, you just got to sing it, Ryan. All right, here we go. Who's got the cutest pet on the internet? I have. Well, I don't have a pet, but Sean has this one. So cute. Meow. Thank you, Bob. Bob's always there for a good cat meow. So
You're welcome.
Today at noon Pacific time is the latest episode of the YouTube exclusive Far Cry 6 series from GMS Plays. Episode 25 debuts today. GMS Plays Far Cry 6 episode 25. Check it out. And if you'd be so kind, like, share, subscribe, all that stuff would help us out a lot. And Sean's really enjoyed playing that game. We're getting close to the conclusion of the main story. And then there will be some bonus content, all leading into GMS Plays Horizon Forbidden West, which is coming out on the 17th of February. And it kicks off with a live episode of GMS Plays on the 17th. In the 8 o'clock hour p.m. Pacific time. So thank you for hanging out with us on YouTube and at GamingMorningShow.tv. Dungeon Meowster, yes. Meow, meow. This one's so cute. As a person whose Instagram Reels feed is inundated with German Shepherds, yes, the internet animal's cuteness knows no limitations. There's even like this wonderful sound, this audio file that's trending right now, at least on Instagram Reels. I don't know if it's hitting the TikToks or if it came from the TikToks. Probably more likely came from the TikTok. Where it's like, look at me with this wonderful, cute, mischievous face. German Shepherds are very good at that. KJ says, it's fun to watch Sean play. His commentary is pretty okay. Yes. If you missed the latest clip, yesterday's, for episode 24, it was wonderful because Sean goes for a little bit of a joyride in the vehicle and is like, shortcut, and then runs smack into a concrete barrier and the car flips over. It's like, shortcut. So, yes, Sean is very entertaining to watch with Let's Plays, and I'm very excited for Horizon Forbidden West because I have some interest in that game. So I wish we would have the bandwidth to do a recap of Horizon Zero Dawn. We don't, like, in total, but Sean did promise to have some sort of recap. So if you don't know anything about the first Horizon game, there will be an opportunity to get kind of caught up to speed. So that's exciting. Today is Safer Internet Day. It is National Molasses Bar Day, World Opera Day, Laugh and Get Rich Day. Sean was making that look super easy. All you have to do is just laugh, and $20 bills will start coming through your webcam during a very specific show that streams on Facebook Gaming, Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, and at GamingMorningShow.tv. There's no confirmation if this will work for you, and Gaming Morning Show does not make any guarantees that it will. However, if you want to try, it's completely up to you. Go try to get some money through your webcam. Maybe that's a different type of content. All right, it's also National Boy Scouts Day, National Iowa Day, and then Culty Vibes Memorial Extraterrestrial Culture Day. I'm just trying to figure out what that is. Like, extraterrestrial culture, is that where we focus on, well, cultures of different extraterrestrials? And I don't really fully understand how we know either. It's also National Kite Flying Day. I said this in the first hour. Kite flying is super fun. But man, does it require like planning. Like, you can't just go out to the street if you have power lines or trees, just go fly a kite. You have to find a park, and then you have to make sure it's there's just too much. There's too many circumstances or conditions that have to be met in order to fly a kite and have fun. I think it's easier, to be honest, to pop in the Disney Mary Poppins DVD and then just watch it, because they go fly a kite in that show. They even fly it at the highest of heights, so it just might be easier. I think the last time I flew a kite was at the Oregon coast. My daughter had just gotten, I believe, a Little Mermaid kite. And so we flew that thing around, and it was a super good time. My daughter loved it. We had a great time, and we haven't been back since. And keep in mind, like, that's fairly close. Like, it's not extremely hard for us to get to a place that has lots of beach and runway and no power lines, right? So I can't imagine what it's like when you have less mobility, like in a city. So there you go. KJ, what? Maybe someone clipped that. Maybe someone did. I don't know. I don't know if I did, but stick around. Clip of the day is coming up, so maybe it'll end up being the clip of the day, and we'll find out. Downs, does the webcam need to be on? And where do I put my feet? That's up to you. That's up to you. Chris M.E., let's go fly a kite up to the highest height. Let's go fly a kite up to the highest height. Let's go fly a kite. Dun, 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 dun. Fly a kite. Chris Hickey's never flown a kite. Well, the good news is I still have aforementioned Ariel Disney Princess kite. So maybe we can get you in the car, take you out to the Oregon coast, because it is in the middle of it all, and you can fly a kite. We used to have some pretty awesome kites, and man, do they make some awesome kites or what, right? Like, some of the art behind kite creation is amazing. Okay, so whenever, like, I want to go to the Hot Air Balloon Festival more than any, like, kite festival. But that said, like, the artistry behind it is amazing. So yeah, we'll see if we can get that going and have a little field trip. Brendan, this is the second time in like a week that we've referenced. I agree. I thought the same thing, because I was going to ask Chris. I believe Chris said at one point that Chris has a strong affinity for Mary Poppins. I could be making that up, but like, it was a significant Disney film in like Chris's probably illustrious Disney appreciation career. So for some reason that I might be making that up, but yes, I remember the same thing, that we referenced Mary Poppins recently for some other reason. I can't remember what it was. Chrissy, fly the Little Mermaid kite. KJ, GMS Coastal Kite Flying Field Trip. The Chrissy Icky Memorial GMS Kite Flying Field Trip. Go. 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 Ah. My nose itches. Bad timing. Chris and me, Berkeley has an annual kite festival that I used to love. That's the kind of thing I'm talking about. Like, I love to go. I don't really necessarily want to fly the kites myself, but I would love it to be a spectator sport. Like, there's it's kind of wondrous in a way to me. A lot like the hot air balloons, because hot air balloons mesmerize me, because they just don't make sense. Like, I even sometimes think that, like, the fact that a jet can take off is still less baffling than a hot air balloon flying. And granted, I get it, right? I get the physics of it. But even with understanding it, it's mind-blowing to me. That person knocked me off my track. All right, we need to end this game. We got to check in with Maiko. Maiko's tracking stuff this hour. I want to know what it is. Last hour, it was Shaq and Gorillas. It might have sparked a new parody song from Gaming Morning Show. There we go. Take things in my own hands. It's Gaming Morning Show. It's 8:46 West Coast time. And it is 11:46 out east, 4:46 for those watching GMS in the UK. Dungeon Master KJ, saving Mr. Banks and Mary Poppins. That's right. That's right. Chris MB, I do have a strong affinity for Mary Poppins. It won the Oscar for Best Picture the year it came out. Yes, and we were talking about Mr. Banks and watching Mary Poppins through the lens of Mr. Banks and all these things. So you can continue this in our Discord. This is a good kind of conversation to have in said Discord. You can also find our Minecraft server. Breaking news yesterday. Look, it's Maiko found something in Minecraft, and you all should check it out because it's important stuff. So, Chrissy goes, every time I'm in a plane and it takes off successfully, I yell, how? I'm grateful. I just can't grasp the science. I'm with you. It is a marvel of science and physics and probably, I don't know, mental math. It's amazing. It doesn't make any sense, and it shouldn't happen. All right, get ready for your takeaways that were pretty okay. Clip of the day, and then we'll send you somewhere if you are watching on Twitch. Thank you to everybody who gave us a like on Facebook Gaming this morning and also gave us a host on Twitch. I don't know if all the alerts are working again. If that ever happens, just know that we appreciate it, even if we're not able to get it on screen. I logged out and relogged into accounts yesterday, so I'm surprised they're not working, but maybe that's why they're not working. I don't know. I am Hefty Goof, Gaming Morning Show, Morning Gaming News. Coming up after we check in, see what Look It's Maiko is tracking at this hour.
Our final story takes us to a land down under, mate, but it's not Australia. Sarah Sperry from CNN tells us about a New Zealand family who got an unexpected bird's eye view of a trail they just hiked in Fiordland National Park, South Island, after a mischievous parrot stole their GoPro and took flight. The Verhol family from Dunedin in the southeast of the country had just finished exploring part of the Kepler Track when a kea, a native New Zealand species, grabbed their GoPro and flew off over woodland. They had turned on the device to film a group of the curious birds who had joined them outside of the hut they were staying at, Alex Verhoel said in an interview with broadcaster 7 Sharp on Thursday. But one cheeky kea, oh, he's so chooky and cheeky. He took flight with it, capturing aerial footage of the landscape before settling on some ground and tapping at the gadget repeatedly with its beak. A silly bird. At one point, the bird can be seen ripping off a chunk of plastic from the camera casing. Remarkably, the GoPro survived its ordeal. A family member heard the clamor and ran in the direction of the squawking to recover it. We just followed the sound, went down there, and see them hanging out in a tree. That obviously heard us coming and abandoned the GoPro. And my son, he decided to go check the rocks. And there it was, just sitting there, still filming. I downloaded the footage onto my phone. It was amazing. It was totally unexpected. The next day, she added a kea stole a cup from a backpack, too. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe that the Deer Gang of North America has made their way to New Zealand. Be safe, America, and GMS and the world, and wherever else you are. Okay, I love you, bye.
All right, that's what Maiko's tracking this hour. Gaming Morning Show. Deer Gang moves on to new territories. Okay. We learned something today. Gaming Morning Show. Only thing that was missing, even though, like Mike said, it was not Australia, it was New Zealand. And I don't know how prevalent the didgeridoo is in New Zealand, but we didn't get to have a chance to have Maiko didgeridoo.
I love how you do when you didgeridoo, Maiko.
I agree. So those are some of the things we learned from Look It's Maiko. A New Zealand parrot stole a GoPro and filmed its getaway. It's according to CNN's Sarah Sperry. Not Spray, Sarah Sperry. I am Hefty Goof. It is 8:50 on the West Coast. Time for the Gaming Morning Show, Morning Gaming Re-News. This is where we recap the video game headlines of the day, which we do every single show in the 6 o'clock hour. And if you haven't already, please go to facebook.com/Gaming Morning Show and follow our page there. We put out the Gaming Morning Show, Morning Gaming News as a standalone video as often as we can on our Facebook page first. So we would love you to go there and like that as well, please. The CEO of Intellivision, according to Marcus Stewart of Game Informer, Tommy Tallarico is stepping down as the Intellivision CEO. That is the story from Marcus Stewart. The Super Bowl prediction happens every single year in EA Sports Madden. And this year, in a nail-biting finish, the Cincinnati Bengals are predicted to be the Super Bowl champions. According to Sean, 11 out of 18 times it has been correct. So, more often than not, the Madden prediction comes true. I don't know what was the case in the past two Broncos Super Bowls, Super Bowl 48 and 50, but I do know that as of late, the team wearing the white uniforms have had better luck in the Super Bowl, like significantly better luck. So, if that's the case, the Bengals had the right to choose. They chose to wear their home uniforms. So the Rams will be wearing their white unis. And as a result, maybe that's more powerful than the Madden prediction. Sumit Sarkar of Polygon had that. And then there was a neat little crossword shenanigan that Jeremy Winslow pointed out for Kotaku. This is from the New York Times crossword. They used a trick for Star Wars and Star Trek fans. Apparently, you could answer the question, which is the better sci-fi franchise? And obviously both start with star, both end with 4 letters. And so in this particular puzzle, they found a way to make both Trek and Wars work. I don't know how, but they did. And so as a result, it was hilarious and people took notice. So if you're sick of playing Wordle and want to go back to traditional crosswords, this might be your avenue in. I don't play it either, so I don't know. My wife did send me the first Wordle recap that she's ever sent me, so maybe Hefty Wife is into it now too. Out today, Ollie Ollie World for PlayStation 5 and 4, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. I've heard really good things about the music for this particular game. So if that's the case, and you agree, let me know. Sifu is out for PS5 and 4, as well as PC. Power to the People is out for PC, and our name of the morning this morning was Zoria, the Celestial Sisters. Zoria, the Celestial Sisters. So there you go. Today, Billy Thundergun Award goes to Dungeon Meowster KJ.
Billy Thundergun, Teammate of the Match Award.
For casually dropping information about Callista Flockhart and helping me learn that apparently, since 2010, Harrison Ford and Callista Flockhart have been married. So, there you go. Who knew? Who knew? But also big honorable mention to everybody who shared stories about internet scams. Credit to Look It's Maiko for bringing up on Safer Internet Day how many seniors can be taken advantage of because of internet scams. So that started a worthwhile conversation, and I'm very much appreciative of that. Also, Look It's Maiko sent me 10 links to stories surrounding the 2 aspects of the Peng Shui story from China. And so I'm looking for which one is the best one to share in the Discord so that we can have that has to do with camps and the disqualifications, the mystery disqualifications at the Olympics. So I will pass those along as soon as I am able to do so. It's time for the clip of the day. The clip of the day. Hey, look, it's the clip of the day. Toot toot.
Specifically did for that game for the two bands, and we got to perform with them, which was really special.
Is performing with an opposing team's band, does it go well? Is there like animosity because the teams are fighting each other?
For something like that, it was very cordial. We didn't like intermingle much. We like for that portion of like putting it all together with John Williams, we kind of all showed up and we got into formation and then we performed the Star Spangled Banner. So it's not like we're all hanging out for days, but it was fairly friendly at that time. During the game, each band gets an opportunity to perform during the halftime show, and as one band is running out and one band is running off the field and one band's running onto the field, there's a lot of "you guys suck, I hope you fall," but that's mostly.
There you go. Who knew that there was such animosity between opposing marching bands? That was a story that Sean was sharing with us about having performed for John Williams, who turned 90 years old today. Nick Nolte, 81, Creed Bratton, 79, Valerie Thomas, 79, Mary Steenburgen, 69, 69th birthday for Mary Steenburgen. Nice. Vince Neil is 61, Mary McCormack turns 53, Seth Green, 48, Pooch Hall, 45, Anderson Pack, 36, Shea Coulee is 33, or Shea Coulee, and Julio Jones is 33 among the other birthdays of the day. All right, chat, what are your takeaways that were pretty okay? What is something you learned from today's show? And then we will send you over to Lexicon 93, playing Pokemon Fire Red, Leaf Green. I'm an Aussie streamer with a love of story-driven games. We try to have a laugh, joke around, and take life somewhat lightly around here. If that sounds like your kind of jam, you're always welcome. Lexicon 93. Please be so kind as to say good morning from GMS, and we'll be back tomorrow, as we are Monday through Friday, 6 to 9 a.m. Pacific Time, on Facebook Gaming, Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, and at GamingMorningShow.tv. Big shout out again, GMS After Dark with Look It's Mike O. Tomorrow, 4:45 p.m. Pacific Time. Udry and myself will be the guests for an NFL logo tier list. All right, takeaways that were pretty okay. Let's see. What do we got? Oh, my takeaway. Well, I'll save mine for last. Chrissy said, every time I'm on a plane and it takes off. That is not a takeaway. That's pretty okay, although that was kind of good. KJ says, takeaway. Shaq is a silverback gorilla. Shaq! The incorporation of the Shaq, Bob and Mike's
SHAQ
with the news voice was fantastic. Chris and me, my takeaway is that there is a downs counter for every occasion. That's true. That is absolutely true. What else? My takeaway is that Nick Nolte is still alive. Yes. Also, Nick Nolte was in Blue Chips. Blue Chips now, I always hear the school fight song outside most of the buildings that I do games at. And it goes, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Kate Zaid, my takeaway is that Harrison Ford is married. That was one of my takeaways that was pretty okay. That's part of the reason that KJ was Billy Thundergun Award winner. My takeaway is that Howard the Duck is part of the MCU universe, or the MC universe. Anyway, it's an MCU character. I had no clue. I thought Howard the Duck was just its own standalone thing. Absolutely no clue that it was part of the MCU. But that makes sense. I don't really have a good grasp on MCU stuff, right? So, nonetheless, something I learned today. We'll do better tomorrow. Dexter Adams will be here from The Gamer. We'll talk about Toys to Life games, and we'll go from there. Be sure to check out many folks who are streaming later today. And until tomorrow, I am Hefty Goof. It was a lot of fun. For Mike, for Austin, for Sean, we will see you soon for the next edition of Gaming Morning Show. Mike was right. Blue Chips had Shaq in it.
stuck in chains. All this time with you, I took the pain. Knew that it was wrong to stay.